Last time on The Mind and the Martyr. Our party heard a call for help echo in the distance from away from the beachfront. With some of our party rushing to help and some far more reluctant, they find themselves at the site of an attack. A broken cart and the bodies of civilians and blink dogs, they make their way around and find a heavily armored paladin taking care of the last of the creatures. This shifter, who calls himself Torn, was in the area when they noticed the large arcane wall, a barrier between the land of Satane and the land of Yilton, had been breached. After some tinkering, some exploring, and some tense conversation, Torn agreed to bring the party to Satane. A tension-filled camp watch with plenty of conversation, threats, and, strangely, music, ends with the party making their way to Satane proper.
Hello, folks! Hello.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever ungodly time you're here watching. Welcome back, episode 3 of The Mind and the Martyr. Lovely to have you here. As you can see, our wonderful cast are all, I hope, ready to go. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, this is going to
Did you just vogue it out, Jen?
Yeah, strike a pose. All good. It's all right. I love it. Alrighty, we have a little tiny bit of housekeeping to go through. We have 2 sponsors with us today. First one is actually owned by our lovely friend Ty here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to him.
Hi everybody, my name is Ty. I am in charge of the DM Emporium, dmemporium.com, who's be sponsoring everything you see on this channel. You can find us at dmemporium.com, and if you use the coupon code FWRD, that'll get you 10% off of everything that you can order there, and also helps build this channel, so they get 10% of the sale as well. So you can always check out, there's dice, steins, shirts. We found tunics. There's miniatures, bases, paintbrushes. Like, if you know what flock is, then you're in the flocking inside. So come check it out. I think sure you can find something that'll help enhance your game. If nothing else, have a good time poking around and fill your cart for when your that COVID relief check comes in, and then bury yourself in dice like I'm planning to do.
That was mood.
Come check it out. We'll have a good time.
Your government dice subsidy.
Ty, your barrels are here. What's it got? Beer, mead, no, dice.
Also, first one, then the other.
All of the above.
At some point before the end of this campaign, I'm having everyone in a tunic.
I mean, why would we not?
I'm
Sure.
trying to give me to convince me to do that.
Twist
a
my
tunic,
arm.
apparently.
Yeah, I know, I'm gonna
Drinking
fight you every step of the way.
whole shebang. We're just gonna go for
Or
it.
like what you're gonna give Ishton, really.
Yeah, true. Yes. Our second sponsor are the wonderful folks at So Nerdware. If you're into a whole bunch of different kind of independent and small to mid-tier streamers or companies or anything like that, So Nerdware are wonderful with the amount of high-quality merchandise they put out for a bunch of your favorites. I know that Welcome to the Party, Thread Raiders, and a whole bunch of other folks are using So Nerdware as well. They have a lot of stuff. You can go ahead and check them out on their website. Also, if you throw in the code FRIENDS, you get 10% off anything in the checkout. So, yeah, make sure to give them a bit of a checkout. And, yeah, So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. All right. I was going to say, winky face.
That was really cute.
We needed
If that's
the little,
not their real
the little
slogan,
anime,
it should be.
the little anime twinkle.
It is.
Just... yeah, every time we say like the tagline, it's ding.
So Adam, you have to edit that in now.
All right, yeah, I think I can do that.
All right, cool.
Love it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight in here. I think. It's only been a week. I should remember everything. Fingers crossed. So, yeah. Let's jump right in with where we last left off. You folks were getting over the situation regarding the crash from the airship. Some discussions were had, some a little more tense than others, And as you left, you found a large, less of a battlefield and more of a slaughter, in all honesty, of a group of civilian folks, as well as some blink dogs. And you also encountered a gentleman known as Torn, a rather tall shifter watcher paladin. As you were having some, again, rather tense discussions here and there with him, as well as with a few other members of the party, you also discovered that the wall currently holding this area, yes, Torn as in Tawny Owl, not Torn as in Natalie Imbruglia. Important distinction to make. He's not there in like thigh highs and like glitter, no.
Oh, I've imagined him completely wrong.
Now I have to reimagine this. Oh, fuck.
Can we have fan art? Because now he's going to be.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Just add it to
Like that needs to be
ever-growing
retconned,
list.
right?
I mean, he wears makeup, so I mean, he's got that going for him. He's
True.
he's a little, he's got a little of that touch to him, but yeah, it's all right. You discovered that the magically enchanted wall linking this area with another section of Zenri had actually had a breach, and although the enchantment had managed to slowly seal itself back together, Ishtin and Jotra were working on trying to get that back as much as possible. There was a rather tense camp out session as well, including soup making sandcastles and and a few other, again, rather tense interactions before you all decided to travel to Zatane together.
A terrible sing-song, don't forget that part.
Oh yes, and a wonderful, wonderful bardic sing-song from none of our bards, because we don't have any.
I thought it was wonderful. I thought
It was. It was a
Ish-
great time.
Ishin had a different opinion.
Yes,
She thought a little different. Yes.
he's a little
Wasn't-
more fair.
Absolutely wonderful time.
A crack and a snap and away they go.
Yeah.
See?
And yeah, we returned after everyone was freshly rested in the morning. Torn did say it would be about a 2-day journey to Zatane. And you set off.
I almost
And that is
forgot
where we're
Jotra's-
picking up.
Jotra's
And I am
drinking his
carrying
coffee.
soup on my shoulders.
Soup's on your shoulders, Jotra's drinking coffee and trying to get back to some resemblance of sanity. Athenos is probably going to shoot Torn in the back at some point
yeah.
during this journey. All good fun.
He's considering it. Definitely considering it.
It's fine. I'm sure it'll
It's all right. So Torn was taking point.
I was at the back.
You were at the back. What's the rest of the marching order here?
I believe I was shepherded towards the middle.
Yes, and wait, who said they were in the back? I thought I was bringing up the.
Let us not put you in the back. Athenos is in the back.
Yeah.
Barrett's in the back.
Yes, Airden and Orin
I'll
can
be
be
in
kind
front
of like
Athenos.
All right.
behind Jotra, but Athenos taking up the rear.
Okay.
Soup, where do you want to be, Soup?
On your shoulders?
Out here.
All right. In the front, shall we be in the front with the strange guy?
All right.
All right. We shall take the
As
front.
soon as you say that, he takes his crossbow out and like.
I approve. I approve.
All right. As the journey begins and you make your way past the section of the broken wall as well as away from the cliffside, what now kind of appears in your peripheral vision, where the cliff face on your left was blocking, you now see a very large grey and green lighthouse tower. And as you're walking away, it just continues to kind of come up across this on top of this cliff face itself. You can see a small variety of different sea and land birds actually slowly kind of almost patrolling the sky of the area. It looks ancient, but yet it also looks in very good condition. The stonework is still relatively clear and clean, but you would recognize the architecture as something far, far older. matching some of the ruins that are actually scattered around Vaka themselves. You continue on forwards. You're probably looking at a good few hours, probably about 4 or 5 hours before Torn actually stops you. So as we're traveling, is there any discussions or any conversations that want to happen during this 4-hour little trek?
You're used to carrying somebody, ain't you?
Oh, yes, I have done so before, yes. I spent time around small people.
Kind of small people.
Short ones?
They have pink, squishy skin.
Pink, squishy skin? No, they did not.
Am I gonna have to guess what kind of skin they had?
I have spent time around young people. I grew up in a place where there were children.
Oh,
Yes. You have not? You have not been around children? Most of us have, yes?
He like looks kind of disturbed by this, and he's like,
sorry I asked.
Well, oh, all right. Sorry. I meant no offense. It's just that most people have children around them. Sorry.
You don't have any anymore.
Not right now. I would not bring a child to this, would you?
Don't know.
I mean, other than Jotra.
Not that young.
probably like the first time you've seen him like legit just smile. He's like, quick question, Ray. Would he recognize any of this architecture?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
So Jotra would definitely perk up on seeing these things. Would I also be allowed to do a history check?
Sure. Why not?
That's a 9.
16.
Okay. Okay, so for Jotra, you recognize them kind of matching maybe a ruin or two that you've kind of come across in your times, but realistically, you're not entirely sure of the architecture or the source of these. Soup, with your 16 and your background knowledge, you've likely seen in some of the older history books some unexplained architecture that's actually scattered around the entire planet. Relics and ruins that seem to be from before history was beginning to be recorded, that no one can actually quite nail down exactly what it's from. There are rumors, there are places that are still being explored even today, but there's no guarantee of what exactly this architecture comes from.
Mysterious. I like that. Cool.
Yeah.
So Jotra's gonna be like, what's with the tower, Ton? What is it? Is it lighthouse, of course, but is it magical? How do you power such a thing down here? So far up here, so far away from the core of the earth.
I'm gonna make people actually yawn.
No, don't. Please.
No.
Plus side, he
Yeah.
slowed down. But on the
It's like
plus side, he is slowed down so we can understand what he's saying.
I would also
True.
like to remind everyone that on Sleepy Jotra is an Ashdalor, making sure he doesn't fall over.
Oh yeah, just slowly redirecting him. Need to figure out a
Torn-
potion for this. Look at his coffee.
Yeah. Torn's head turns ever so slightly, and the peripheral iris kind of goes right to the side of his eye as he just goes, nothing to do with me. Old tower. Very old.
Yeah, can I ask something about that? Because we've been walking for a little bit, and this is a lighthouse.
Mhm.
We're not by the coast. Like, we were at the coast, but we're pretty far in from the coast, yeah? is the lighthouse so immense that it would be seeable from the ocean?
It
It's,
is
like, that huge?
Huge.
Can I
Yeah.
tell, is there any reason why, apparent reason why it would have been built so far from the coast? Like, is the land on the coast just that sandy and you can't build on it? Or is there some other reason why it would be so far? Or is the coast farther out than it used to be?
Could it be for like airships or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Is there some sense of like why it might be so far from the ocean?
I mean, Ishton more than likely has their own theories.
Yeah.
It could be something to do with, as Jotra said, it could be something to do with airships, but in reality, this thing is so ancient in its architectural construction that it's kind of difficult to judge. And you know, the distance away, yeah, it definitely doesn't quite match up.
Mm-hmm.
The shoreline that you came from, although it's relatively close to this lighthouse, it should be built right next to the coast or out in the sea, and it's not. It appears to be just on the cliff face, kind of where the wall was bisecting the cliff itself. As you've now come outwards, just a little bit further down, there is this huge lighthouse.
Jotra in his sleepy state is like, maybe the ocean moved. I don't know.
The shape of the coast, sometimes it changes over time. Yes? It grows, it shrinks. The land changes because it is alive, and so is the sea.
Makes
No
sense.
one's ever gotten inside, so I guess we'll never know.
Inside the tower?
People have tried.
We have to keep going. We can't look at that.
No, we're gonna keep going. I'm just gonna start pushing Jotra forward to make sure he
It's
keeps going.
And then
Nope.
as soon as Joe
Fine.
he'd be like, "What?
Nope.
You ever been?"
Mystery, 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 mystery. Fine.
I must solve everything.
Jotra's modus operandi.
So all the mystery.
3 years later, we finally get to the city.
Satisfied kind of with the answer that he's given, Torn's head turns back forward facing. And he continues to march on.
I would like to, I guess, I don't know if I should roll for this, but just to keep a watch out, because there was a breach in the wall and blink dots came out, and some of them might not have been around when Torn showed up, so I just want to be on the watch just in case, something like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say that's a role in this particular instance, because you're going to be kind of, because you're at the back of the pack, you're kind of constantly aware, constantly looking around, and you're basically following the wall across. The path kind of follows across the wall as it carries onwards. Yeah, and it's a good few hours of you guys walking and, you know, small talk and other such discussions being thrown around before Torn's hand suddenly bolts out to the side of him.
What is it?
There's another breach.
You think it's more of them blink dogs?
He takes a couple of steps forward, and as he kind of steps away, you can see now just in front, as the wall has kind of come up and began to curve, that part of the curve now becomes visible, and you can see a breach through the wall there as well.
Let's get fixing it.
Orn begins to kind of step a few steps forward and takes a look. There's a lot scarier than just blink dogs across that barrier, so let's hope that nothing got through.
Well, did not something get through to break the wall down in the beginning, in the first place? So we should assume that there is something here.
That would probably be wise.
Jotra's gonna drop to his knees and he's gonna pick up just like a bunch of rocks, refill his rock pouch, and then pop out the hummingbird and refill its stomach, and then he's gonna like surreptitiously just scrape 3 across his bracer, and they'll charge up, and he'll just kind of hold the 3, and anybody want a magic rock?
Athnos just pulls out his gun and closes his eyes and tries to use tremor sense to see if he can sense anything at least 120 feet of us right now.
So cool.
It is
Nice.
Andy.
And you close your eyes and you wait as you kind of stretch out this sense. And there's nothing. And there's nothing. And as you begin to kind of pull yourself back, you suddenly see something at the very, very edge. A small creature of some description, currently burrowing at the very edge of your 120 foot.
Can I tell what direction would it be? Like right in front of us, behind us?
So as you folks are looking at the breach itself, it appears to be coming from the northeast, and it appears to be coming towards you.
Yeah, so I immediately knock the hammer with my gun. Something is coming towards us. It feels like it's underground, burrowing underground. Most likely the thing that busted through the wall, so get ready.
And you're sure of that? How exactly?
I could sense it. So, northeast.
Thornton takes a few steps forward and slams his blade against the breach, and it bounces. So he's just like, oh. While the enchantment's back up.
I'll set Soup down.
When you set him down, he's like, you put him on the ground.
I
He
will.
looks at
I will.
Athenos.
It's in the ground.
Oh, good point. But it is hard for you to fight when you are in my back. Yes.
He like tiptoes around. It's like,
I will pick you up if you need.
he just kind of waves his hand at you and takes out a short sword.
Is this area considered rocky terrain? Or purposes
Yes.
of... Okay. So I'd like to try to hide. Like it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If I
Alright.
manage to catch, if I manage to see
It's an
Jotra run by, I want to cast. Wait, how long does this last? Oh, it only lasts one round. Never mind. Not good
So-
with my dice.
Try to hide with a 14.
You think you're pretty hidden. Where the wall has been shattered, there's a few sections of this kind of now non-magical stone that have kind of sat. And with your small height, you can probably go ahead and duck behind one of them. You think you're pretty hidden. Athenos, how long are you keeping this tremor sense going? You gonna go ahead and phase back in, or are you gonna go ahead and...
I'm gonna hold on to it until I can feel it within like
Okay.
60 feet of me. Then I'll open my eyes.
First thing you notice is that it's burrowing incredibly slow. To the point where if you wanted to make a run for it, you know that you probably could. And you would be able to outrun this thing relatively easily. You can now also see 2 more of these blips at the very edge of your range coming towards.
Okay, people. We have 2 options. We stay here and fight these things that are coming, or we run. I'm all for running, personally.
Things. You said
Oh,
thing
yeah.
originally, right?
Yeah, there's more coming.
How big are they?
shite.
Can I
mean,
tell how big they are?
Why don't we discuss how big they are while we move?
Good plan.
I'm with you. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. So I pull
Let's
back
get out
again,
of here.
open my eyes, and I guess we run.
All right. You go ahead and start bolting. And you guys have actually started running before Torn has. So he just kind of goes, yeah, all right. Kind of sheathes his sword, bolts forwards with you. I'd like everybody to make athletics checks, please.
Which
I'm looking at
die
these
is
stuff.
going to...
Oh. 14 minus 1, 13.
10.
2.
Oh, 19.
Oh
16.
no.
You're in jail.
In
Oh, fine.
jail.
You've betrayed me.
We are
You've
like
failed me for
just-
the last time.
We're not morning people. We're not morning people. That's the answer.
We're like the
We're running. We're like,
Yeah. Running.
And that's the worst I can actually get because I'm a halfling and ones don't count.
Yep.
These ones don't matter.
oh, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Hold on.
And I took the bountiful
Damn it.
luck
Never
feat,
mind.
so
So
ones don't
it's
count for y'all.
hell yeah.
Nice.
So it is a group check. The 19 and the 16 were just enough to tide you over. So as you go ahead and bolt forwards, you do get closer to these things before you get further away. And you notice these things are only burrowing about 10 foot. They're not very fast while underground. And as you are beginning to kind of make your distance, as you now get to the back of your range and you can feel them behind you now, Athenos, you watch as the ground begins to shake and rumble, and one chitinous claw begins to pull itself up. But you guys manage to kind of get well out of range and out of your tremor sense range before you watch this thing fully pull itself out.
All running. Jojo's gonna be like, is it close enough to civilizations we have to worry about killing other people? I just throwing it out there.
I
He's
just
trying
run,
to keep
Jojo.
up.
Just run, okay?
Okay.
You guys go ahead. It's probably like a solid 5-10 minute just sprint, as much as you can sprint in, armor and weapons and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, as you guys are just running, you finally kind of get to a point where you
Holy.
take a breath, breathe.
We got a massive raid coming in from Resident Party of
Nice.
21. Hello, everybody. Someone
Thanks,
call Bill
everyone.
Murray. Oh my God. Hi, everyone.
We are running from gophers. Thank you for joining us.
They are definitely not gophers, but sure.
Catskills.
Something underground, and we're running, and we're all, we rolled like garbage because we just woke up, and we're not morning people, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's okay because we're cute.
You're probably hitting about 1 o'clock in the morning now. As you guys go ahead and take a breath
Morning.
real quick. 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh, that is very different. We
It's
would
still
have
on
rolled
American
so
time,
much
it's
better.
okay.
We are night owls. We would have rolled so much better if it was night.
Yeah.
Just sprinting for 12 hours.
12 hours later.
Yeah. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys go ahead and take your breath. And Torn kind of turns like, can see you're real fighters, huh?
Are they gone? Athenos, are they gone?
They're not behind us at very least.
All right. We are smart fighters. We save our energy for when we really need it.
And we did not need to fight these things. It was none of our business.
I saved all my energy. For the next
Yes.
fight.
It was very smart.
I don't know about the rest of you, but my energy's kind of spent.
You
Come
know,
on, guy. It was a
well, we're not bleeding. No one's injured. We haven't used any spells for the day.
That's true.
I'm fine. I don't know what you mean, Warren. Fine.
Yeah, of course you are, Ish.
Yes.
And you with all that armor on.
Yes,
Boy.
I'm very strong.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
hand Ish
Wants to
in
get them
my
five
water
position,
skin.
That's for sure. She can run with all that armor on.
So,
Thank you.
what do our surroundings look like now?
As you kind of sprinted forwards, you're still following the wall along, and this pathway is still following. And it's probably about now that there's a slight dent in the cliff face that's on your right-hand side. So you've got the wall to the left of you, the cliff to the right. The area's relatively grassy. It's more of a meadow than a forest, kind of against this cliff face. And there's actually a small indentation where you see a small, almost like a patrol camp probably about 5 minutes to the right-hand side with a little fire and a couple of silhouetted figures kind of walking around and doing some general stuff. Apart from that, you then have the road bringing you forward. And Torn will tell you that it's probably going to be at least another night and half a day before you get to Zatane.
In
Yes,
that case,
You said 2 days, and then we walked for half a day, so we can subtract numbers.
yeah,
Thank you.
pretty simple math. But do we want to? Actually, I think we should set up camp. You all seem exhausted. Apart from Ishin, of course. Ishin is fine.
I'm fine.
It's early in the day.
I've got little legs.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I noticed that.
If
know
we
it's
set up
Jojo.
camp now, we will have to camp twice. If we do not, if we wait till tonight, we will get into the city.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think-
Okay, that's a good point.
we
Yeah.
should keep going.
I think we should keep going, just maybe not at full sprint. Just
Hopefully, we're not going to be chased by anything next time. This time.
Take a moment to
We
get
don't need
yourselves fed and watered at least. Then we move.
Sounds
How
good.
far away are the other campers?
They're probably a 5-minute walk. You kind of have to go a little bit through the meadowy bit, and then there's a small passageway that looks like it's been kind of cobbled together with pieces of wood and rope. You'd have to make a small climb up to get to this little alcove.
So, how's everyone looking with rations and food?
I'm fine.
Everyone looking good?
Yes, I saved some crab. Here, it is a little bit smelly now, but I did save some.
It's fine. I don't care. I just grab it.
And I'm telling you that if we had been swimming, I would have been much faster.
I don't actually. I know that for a
Yes,
fact. I've seen you swim.
Yes,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows. I would have been even faster. Yes,
I would have been
absolutely.
swimming. I would have been dead.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm a good swimmer.
You know, you guys didn't have to run full sprint the whole time.
Well, you
You
did not
did.
tell us. You are the only one who knew. You did not tell us that
I
they were
actually
not
did.
there.
Just to keep
Oh,
up. Huh?
And plus, your
Yes.
leg stride is the size of, my entire height. So it's a little easier for you to run, lad.
It sounds like a you problem. I'll be honest, but
Why don't you be like your hunt mate and pick one of us weak folks up every now and then, eh?
Why do you have to turn your arrogance into our problem too? Just be relaxed. Jeez.
relax.
Else to go warn them folk over there about
The gophers.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
It's a good
gophers? They weren't gophers. Unless gophers.
We don't
have,
know
like-
what they were. I'm choosing a name.
Ticker bugs.
Because they're gonna go for your throat.
I guess we're gonna go. Oh god. I guess we're gonna call them gophers. Yeah. We can go tell them that we ran away from gophers.
I'm gonna start sketching out the chitinous leg that I saw in my sketchbook. Ask people about it later.
I think after we rest and take a beat. Oh wait, are we gonna go tell them? Is that? Is there a message?
I mean,
Can we
yeah.
just-
We can just walk. We can just leave, guys. We can.
At least let them know that there's something creepy coming on our way out.
You know,
And
that's
just
most
stop by, hello!
Yeah,
There might be fucking something back there that could possibly kill you. We ran like fucking crazy, so good luck. Bye.
Let us just swing around when we go. We will go in their direction and then just go the other way.
Exactly.
It's not.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is
Yeah, the rest of
sometimes
us-
useful.
It might weigh on our conscience if we didn't. I know that might be a problem for you, but we gotta think about, long-term repercussions of thinking about this instead of thinking of useful things.
It is sometimes useful to make allies when one is in the wilderness.
Okay, we can
All right.
go warn them.
I'll start walking that way.
Is everyone ready to go? Everyone's caught their breath.
Yeah.
Jojo, are you all right then?
Yes, yeah, I'm good.
Soup, you have my back if you want it.
Jotra.
Sure. Clever.
Hey, Athanos!
No.
You're such a dick. Flying in orange just kind of like trudges along
Aridin
and his
makes
little
a
halfling
mental-
legs.
Aridin makes a mental note to switch between Jotra and Orin. Just-
There's a long, heaved sigh as Orin, you suddenly feel the scruff of your neck grabbed. You find yourself hoisted up onto a very heavily plated shoulder as Torn sighs just wanders along, still holding your scruff, just like
side saddle both legs, like
Oh my god,
Well, thank you very much there, Ton. It's very kind of you.
I've dealt with your folk before. I know that your strides are sometimes a little difficult. And it's
As long as we're not running for our lives, I can walk. So if you can put me down if you like. I'm just giving Athanos a hard time.
Or you can keep holding him by his neck. That's okay too.
He nods, but the grip doesn't loosen. He's still kind of just, all right.
Or I could stay here. That's fine too.
We love our tiny folk in this house.
Hell yeah.
Half of us are them.
Yeah. So I believe Aridin is taking point, yes?
I'll get my sling ready and just kind of like be swinging a stone as we walk.
Mm-hmm. And Aridin, as you step forward, there's a slight patch of grass that you step on, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Son of a bitch!
Do I need to make one too? Since I'm on a shoulder.
Wizard. So,
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. I rolled good. Yay!
And good.
Dex save. Dirty 20.
Okay. As you step down, you feel something a little different in texture underneath your foot. You manage to catch this small wire and pull your leg up just before the wire.
Whoa!
As the wire triggers, you hear a stone drop above you,
Oh.
just hitting the ground where these guys are camped. And immediately you see 3 crossbows come over the ridge. Just state your name and your purpose.
Hi.
I'm Aridin Azenti. We saw your camp and we came from that way, and we just wanted to warn you that there was a breach in the wall and that something might have gotten through. We're friendly. Just wanted to warn you that something is out there.
Creepy burrowing bug-like things.
Lift your feet.
Jojo's feet kick forward on her shoulders.
I was just like, oh no.
I'm surprised he doesn't jump and do the foot click thing.
Lift my feet? What is that?
Lift your feet.
Is this to the whole group?
It's just a general, it's a broad term.
My glaive is up.
Orin lifts his feet from Tom's shoulders.
Aridin's wings unfurl and she just like hovers a little bit above the ground. Just
Hold on to her horns. And just,
oh, that's perfect. That's what they're for.
My
It's a little
glaive is
extra,
up.
but okay. Everyone else?
My glaive is up, and I walk back to where Athanos is, and I am shoulder to shoulder with him. Soup, do you want to stay on my shoulder, or do you want down?
oh, he's got his crossbow. He's using your shoulders to
Alright.
see better. So it's just like,
Okay, it works.
Torn goes ahead and just kind of shows his soles upwards.
He showed his soul.
is there something we're bringing in on our feet?
I do the same. A little bit confused, but I show the soles of my shoes.
I do as well, but I still have my glaive out.
You hear, looks like they're clear. Well, yes, of course, they look like they're clear, but no. You know, the rules that we were given. You know the decree that was given. You watch as the crossbows lower.
What's on people's feet?
Is there something that we should be made aware of?
Or afraid
Something
of?
fucking got in, all right. You see as three figures stand up. You see a short-ish human male, an elven female, and what appears to be a large Goliath. And they are all standing with their crossbows. They appear to be in the same regulatory guard uniform that is commonplace across Vega. Certain cities may have their own divisions, but the majority still use the same kind of studded, padded leather.
So these are like Crown's Guard, kind of like official.
Oh,
these are actual like town guards.
Thank goodness it's the guards. Okay, I thought you couldn't see the. Oh, that's better. Okay.
I'm just gonna like stand behind Ishchin, just trying just there, hopefully hiding a bit of my face.
I stand a little taller and I broaden my shoulders so that I am more of a cover for you.
They kind of look down at everybody. You might want to get up here before they get you.
Is tremors happening?
Who's they?
You can talk when you're up here, and you're not going to get eaten.
I fly up.
Torn,
I look back.
let's go.
I'm like,
come on, lad.
Athenos, do we believe?
We have no reason not to, but just a heads up, I'm not liked by many people, especially the law. So
it'll be interesting. It'll be fun.
As if I am going to get a warm reception.
yeah, we gotta just head up, I guess. I definitely lag behind everyone, but
Jocher's gonna pull out his book. So this is what we saw, and I'm gonna pull out the sketch of it I did. So this is what we've seen so far. Are these the things that got through? That are what's the rest of it?
As you one by one pull yourselves up, you can see a small little campfire, a few tents, and kind of scattered makeshift stools that have been set up in this little area. One of them, the Goliath, goes ahead and just kind of points towards what appears to be a small stew that's brewing. So just say, help yourself. We've got plenty.
Thank you. Jotra, by the way.
He goes ahead and very slowly kind of shakes your hand. And you hear the elf behind just, you have to be polite, yes. And I also know that I could crush your head like a watermelon, so I suggest you stop.
Who was saying that?
The Goliath that's currently shaking. The
I
Goliath that's currently shaking Jotra's hand.
I feel like he had Jotra's hand like this, just
Lifts him up for a little bit.
How tall is this Goliath? Just for just.
like 8 foot, right?
This particular Goliath is 7'4".
I will put soup down by the soup.
Hey!
Damn it.
Oh god.
Miss, thanks for the soup. If you need repairs or anything, I do know the mending. I can take care of something for you while we're just kind of enjoying the company.
You can go ahead and check with the others and see what they think.
Sure.
The name's Byron.
Byron, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm leading these other two sorry idiots currently.
Did I hear incorrectly? There was a decree?
Yes. First of all, what's your purpose wandering in these parts? Not many people come through this area. They're either going, away from the wall, or certain idiots going into it.
We were on our way to Zatane via airship. However,
There's a legitimate moment of pause and confusion as Byron's face kind of drops. He goes ahead and pulls a small satchel from just kind of behind, pulls it forward, opens it up, and pulls out a little notebook. And begins to flick through. Little for him, pretty big for you.
Les looking up to him,
Pretty
he's
big
like
for some of you.
desperate to see what's inside and totally unable to.
I
Flicks
settle
through.
closer to Athenos. Athenos, you're in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm backing up.
You probably should have just left.
Please.
I don't know why we weren't supposed to say it. See, Cole can't lie.
He looks and goes, can you two go ahead and check your logs as well? And they both kind of, oh, yes, they begin to flick through. Yeah, no, you're right. And Byron's shoulders kind of rock a little bit as he's like,
Everything all right, Byron?
rather strange you'd be saying that you're coming from an airship, considering we're not expecting one for another 4 weeks.
Well, now maybe they learned their lesson.
I look down at Jotra.
I mean, it's possible we were lied to or where it was going. It seems a strange thing to do. It's possible there's been some chronological sort of magic, and that's why it disappeared so suddenly. In order to restart and leave us where we were, we needed to be separated from the ship, and they could chronologically shift it back to before when everybody was there and put each individual.
Jotra, slow down!
Who was the captain?
Did we catch the
Half orc. Lady.
orc's name?
As soon as you say half orc, Byron's eyes kind of roll back in the head as it's just, the creepy collector one, I assume.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was really creepy and had a lot of weird things.
He goes ahead and takes a look through again. Not expecting a delivery from her for another 3 months.
I thought you said you didn't have one coming for 4 months.
4 days.
4
is the
days.
next
Oh, I'm
airship
so sorry.
landing.
Ah, that's very strange.
Well, you probably won't be getting one from her because the ship kind of
Weird.
disappeared.
It was a passenger ship. What was she delivering to you?
People on the ship disappeared too. We're on our way to Zatane to see if we can get any information.
Is it not normally a cruise liner? Did she lock it up just to be weird? Make money off of people and then not take them to their destination? Ditch them on the shores? Have we been duped?
There's another strange... There's another strange look as... I think you might be a little frazzled from your current journey.
Oh, that's just me.
Kind of, Byron takes a seat and begins to pour out some soup. So, we nicknamed her Rouge in the military, and she is most certainly a military captain. Quite why you're talking about a cruise ship is strange. Even more strange the fact that this particular ship, I do not have any records of it meant to be arriving.
I think we're just as confused as you are.
Perhaps that is something to bring up, well, whenever you can actually get into Zatane.
Does that mean
This-
whenever we can actually get into it?
The city locked down.
This has been overrun.
With what?
Most of the city has been locked down. What is still open is some mercantile areas. What essentially is working as the home of the civilians right now. Kind of points towards the ground as it goes. Whatever those things are that breached the wall, they got into the city through the cliff face and multiplied.
Well,
Entire city's overrun.
Thought you were really wasting your time on blink dogs.
Well, I wasn't exactly aware that the situation had evolved quite so seriously.
I was definitely like snickered at that. Like I thought he broke his silence a little bit, but little laugh at that. But
So would we have a writ of passage if we into the city if we would accept like maybe a job to help eliminate some of them?
hold
That was
on,
something
hold
you could
on. Why
prefer
saying
this?
we? I do not remember agreeing to even
Oh,
considering
sorry.
this idea.
Are you the only one who gets to make decisions for the whole group
I mean,
every once
you
in a
seem
while?
to be doing it just now.
I am not
Did you
looking
not
for
just say?
work. If you want to take a job, you take a
Yeah.
job. No
Yeah,
one
you
is
take a
taking
job,
this
Joshua.
for the whole group.
All right. If do we need a writ of passage to enter the city? Would that be of help to not be stuck at the gates outside waiting for those things to eat us?
There's a sigh as Byron's head kind of stoops. Asking civilians for assistance wouldn't exactly be what we do.
Okay.
After all, if your lives were lost, as many of my compatriots have been, then that would be on my conscience as well as everyone else's.
I'm gonna lean forward from Tone's shoulder, so like assuming I'm kind of eye to eye with Byron at this point. I just kind of lean up forward and just go, "Do we look like civilians to you, lad? We can handle our own."
I don't know what he's talking about. Of course I'm a civilian. I'm not in the military.
Well,
Saying
you're
we're
certainly a
like
little more
civilians
armed
plus.
and armored than some that we've come across.
You be private.
Head kind of tilts.
No, Adam, that's not what I mean. I don't mean that I'm military. I'm not. But we can handle our own. I'm good in a scrap. This one here in the armor, she's tough as fucking nails. The rest of these, we can hold up in a scrap. We're a good crew, and I think you could use our help.
Make a persuasion check for me. I'll say with advantage.
This is still gonna be bad, but okay. Holy shit, double natural 20s. I'm fucking taking a picture. I am taking a picture.
Damn!
Oh my god.
Natural
Holy
40.
shit.
Double net 20.
I don't even know where to fucking put that.
Damn!
Put it on Twitter so I can see
Everywhere.
it.
Everywhere. Put it
That's
everywhere.
amazing.
Holy shit, Orin, go, buddy, go! Get it, boy.
That is
Get it,
actually
boy.
crazy. Hell yeah. All right.
Does that count for anything?
Double credit. You just win the campaign. That's it. Episode 3, we're done.
All right, good to know.
And I've been bitching about my rolling forever, and then here we go.
You win a toaster. That's what you get when you roll double natural 20s.
You get a toaster. You get a toaster. You get a toaster. Everybody
And
gets
you
a
can
toaster.
see very well. You don't have to use glasses no more.
Honey, baby!
Nice. That'd be nice.
Oh, dude, those are sweet dice.
But okay, yeah. There's a moment as Byron kind of calls the other two guards over. He just there's like a little bit of mumbling under the breath as his head sinks into his hands. He says, "Considering the circumstances and considering that we can't be there, I could issue a right to get you at least inside the city. That's all the power that I have here currently."
What would we need to do for this?
Considering the current scenario, don't die. We don't want to lose anyone that we don't have to.
This is acceptable.
Mhm.
You seem capable, so I will go ahead and issue a right to get you into the city, and then whatever you do from there is up to you, but obviously help would be greatly appreciated for the rest of the citizens of Zatane.
Big guy. How you kill him?
Small guy. Is the the look is very confused. Just very small guy. How do you kill them? Well, you have to wait until they're out of the ground. No point in trying to get through the dirt. They're usually a little bit too low for most weapons. Once they pop out, well, we've just used blades. It works. Takes a little while sometimes, but it works.
Have you tried buried explosive traps that when they run into explode to damage them premature before they surface, forcing them maybe to surface to try to tend to their wounds?
The majority of Zatane is focused on creation. Most of its magical elements are not combatants.
Ah, okay.
Even our artificer divisions are mostly focused on invention rather than military application.
Oh, okay.
We are not a city of war, we are a city of creation, of rebirth, and of travel. Those are what Zatane focuses on.
His face just lights up.
Haha!
There's an artificer division. There's the inner monologue there.
Well, every city has an artificer division. It's just to what degree.
Oh, yeah,
In some cities, an artificer division will be literally 5 people. In cities like Zatane, it's a full thing.
They're all focused on creation. Oh, come on.
Another question. Pardon if you answered it already. What was supposed to be on the bottom of our shoes?
We were looking for residue of the creatures. If you'd have already gotten into combat with them, then that may have changed things. On the other hand, well, we've only seen the smaller ones so far. We have no idea what the bigger ones can do. So, if we'd have seen some kind of trace that you were not what you'd seemed, well, need to go ahead and check that too.
So
Do these weird beasties, they change shape? If
We
you're
don't know.
checking our shoes, you think they're, camouflaged as us?
We're unsure, but we have to entertain every possibility.
Are you looking for traces of blood? Do they track those who they've done combat with, like an obsessive hunter? Is that what you were worried about?
That is also a factor.
You think that they would change shape, but then forget the bottom of their feet?
There's a solid sigh as he goes, look, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a sorcerer, I'm not magical in any regard. This entire situation is awful. And I have watched friends and companions vanish. They've gone on their patrols and they've never come back, and I'm stuck here. So would you at least do me the liberty of just doing a little too much now and then?
What?
You kind of, what I'm trying to he's kind of getting visibly stressed out as he's trying to get the correct words out.
Swoop just kind of pats his calf, just understandingly.
And it is like slapping a tree trunk. It's this guy is well built. He's kind of, look, words are not my forte. I'm just trying to keep everyone safe, and if that means I look a little stupid while doing it, then whatever.
I am not worried about you being stupid. I don't want you to get killed because you think that the bottom of the feet is okay and it makes them safe. I am not trying to criticize, I am trying to protect.
It could be. Oh, I'm just wondering for feet transformations, what if they have like a spike or something that they use for a tremor sense and it would appear on the bottoms of their feet? Even if they were fully transformed, not wanting to give out that particular sense might be a tell or a giveaway or like a hole in a shoe or something.
We don't even know if they can. It's just something that we know some creatures can do. And since we don't know a lot about these things, we're just trying to be careful, but I appreciate your advice. I apologize, lady. I didn't catch your name.
Ishtin.
Ishton. Well, thank you, my lady. And Byron's kind of gone ahead and grabbed something else from the bag and has begun to write out. Tears out this little slip. Writes, tears out. Writes, tears out.
Thank you.
And kind of one by one hands it out to everybody. Those are your permits. You can stay here for as little or as long as you need to. And you can thank Sintra for the meal. She's a good cook.
Thank you, Sintra.
Which one was Sintra?
The elvish lady. And she kind of you watch as from behind Byron, she just goes, "No, I'm not."
Is there high ground like this between here and the city so that we can camp safely on our way?
Only the actual pathway to the city itself. It's kind of built into these cliff faces. Towards the top, in order for the elevation. Makes it easier for the airships to dock.
So we should choose between whether we want to push through for a day and a half so that we do not camp where we may be attacked, or whether we want to camp and risk it and not be as tired.
That is your choice to make.
I would much rather only camp for one more night.
What I was saying was that we would stay here on high ground and then push through.
Wait, are there trees along the way?
There are a few kind of here and there scattered around. Enough for you to kind of use as a quick jump up, but so far you've only seen like one or two on the side of the road, and then you'll carry on for like 10 minutes, and then there's another. You carry on for 15 minutes, that kind of sparsely scattered.
And as far as the trail goes, it's and the cliff faces, it's pretty steep. It's like a narrow pathway with like steep
so you've got the wall to the left, and then the cliff face itself to the right. And even from here, you can see as you carry on, it's just cliff face, wall, and then this road going through.
Looks like we're going rock climbing.
Also, a possibility. We need to plan in case we get that tremor sense again. What if we were perfectly still and I used magic stones to recreate footsteps away from us until we felt it move away and then ran again? We seem to be able to outrun them. They're not terribly quick diggers.
I can feel you guys with my tremor sense even when you are standing still.
Okay, never mind.
And they most likely have a lot better use of it than I do.
That's good to know.
I mean, we don't really know what these beasties are, what they're capable of. It's worth a shot, I guess. And I still got one of your magic stones here too, anyway.
Oh, that's not magic. Hold on. And he re-scrapes it aggressively, then hands it back.
Oh, do these fade out?
Oh, yeah, they don't last horribly long. About a minute.
Oh, that's not very long. Okay, all right.
No, it's just when immediate danger. Let me
Now
know.
I know I'm not gonna just carry a fucking rock in me pocket.
Sorry,
Just be like, oh, it's fucking magic. Yay!
I'll take it. The stones are a piece of the world. Oh, fine. He puts it back into his pocket. His little pouch full of stones.
So I'm sorry, do we stay here tonight and then push through? This is the plan.
That seems
push
best to me.
through an entire day and a half without rest.
It's better to
Yes,
push
we will
through
be
and-
very tired.
But
But
we'll
then
be
we'll
on
reach
stone
our
again.
But we'll make it.
Yeah, but if we reach our destination and then we get attacked and we're exhausted.
Right.
If we're-
The other choice is to get attacked while we are asleep. So it is not a good choice either way. We must choose which one we want. They are both bad.
The majority of the city is under control.
Oh, good.
Well, the majority of the city that you will have access to is under control, I should probably say. A large part of it has been cordoned off.
So I'm so sorry. Who gets to be in the safe part of the city and who does not?
Everyone has been evacuated to the safe part of the city.
Everyone is in the safe part. Okay.
A lot of civilians in a very small amount of space. We have also had to repurpose some of the docked ships and a lot of the upper levels in order to accommodate as many people as we could. But we have been out of the city for about 2 weeks now. So we don't know the current status.
This is an out-character question. If something like this happened, wouldn't word spread? Because it said it's happened, 2 weeks now? Wouldn't word spread? Wouldn't we have heard something about this? Is it weird that we haven't heard about this before?
Really weird.
Okay.
Well, and Ton was like a half day away
Yeah.
and didn't know.
You probably would have, like, realistically, you should have heard about this before you boarded the ship. Or at least most of you should have. So the fact that word hasn't got out, and as Jen has just said, the fact that Torn also didn't know, who has been in the area, has been here locally, is just very strange. Admittedly, he was on the other side of the wall for the majority of that time, but even coming out and then going down the pathway, he probably would have ran into someone who would have told him, hey, the entire city's overrun by horrible bug things. So this is all a very strange scenario.
And
Yes.
that group of people who died, were they coming from Zitane?
They were coming from Yilton, so the city on
Yilton.
the other side of the. They were
Heading
merchants.
there. Okay.
They made it across.
They
the
were
wall.
merchants. They then decided to. Yeah,
Mhm.
they then decided to move city essentially. They made it across the wall, only to then be killed by stuff from the other side of the wall.
Yeah. The wall followed them. Oh.
Mhm.
On the other side of the wall.
The
Take
second
yourself
wall
out.
and then the third wall. Soup's
break
just
the fourth
gonna
one.
kind of
This is a
go
fucking
back to
conundrum.
the other two and ask if they have any water, and just kind of fill up his water skin. Maybe
Yeah.
ask if they have an extra one.
Before eating,
There's
can I
a lot of supplies here. So
can
yeah.
I inspect the soup? See if there's anything weird about it.
The kobold or the food?
The food.
We already know there's something weird about him.
Yeah, but his
I'm
is
sure.
delightfully.
Inspect him, yeah.
His is delightfully strange.
Roll an investigation check.
We love soup in this house.
It smells really good, and I don't care because I got a natural one.
Is Jotra for me though?
What's
Are
that?
we all kind of like together right now, or is Jotra pretty far away from me investigating this? Where's Ton? Because I'm still chilling.
Torn is kind of still in the conversation, so everyone is kind of grouped around.
Okay,
this little
within 30
fireplace,
feet.
So yeah.
Then fuck that. Re-roll that one.
Oh
Just
shit.
halfling.
Bountiful luck feeds.
Okay, better. Dirty 20.
Oh! 3.
Already coming in handy.
Holy
Soup.
hell.
It's
It's soup?
it's not exactly tremendously cooked. There's some carrot, there's some swede, there's some some other veggies kind of floating around.
All right.
It's the most important check to use that ever.
Definitely.
Delicious.
I'm so
I'll
glad we used bountiful luck to check soup.
just go and eat it.
There's even a few little dumplings around.
heck
But
yes.
yeah,
It is soup. That's good.
doesn't
my
to
little
know.
seem
collapsible-
suspicious.
It's not poisoned.
I pull my
It
little
doesn't
mean, you
collapsible
smell
soup
funny.
Both Soup and Byron have drunk from the soup. So Soup
I
has
was
drunk
just
from the soup.
going to watch the kobold and see what happened to him.
Go-to.
Was my plan.
It's a good plan. I'll bust out my little collapsible And then start eating soup with my collapsible mess kit.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
So are we staying here? Or
Have we
are
decided?
going?
Oh, I vote stay here.
Soup's just starting to make like hammock stuff. He's just like getting rope and like tying stuff together, and he's just like getting ready for them to leave.
That's for staying.
Soup, it is your judgment. This is better to stay, I take it.
He just looks up. He's like,
All right. I figured if anyone would have a helpful opinion, it would be you.
Soup.
Athenos, what do you want to do?
I guess it's safer to stay here.
I don't like it either. But I think the high ground is more important.
Yeah.
If there's protected regions inside the city, then when we get there, we have a chance to maybe at least take a small rest there. I think instead of being just splayed out on the open road, there, something attacks us, we're fucked.
That's what
Have you-
I'm worried about. I know with the smaller folk, like if Jotra needs to sleep while we travel, like I can put him on my shoulders or something, but then the rest of us won't really get that chance to. I'm just worried about being attacked en route and being too tired to handle it.
You have not fought while you were tired before?
I don't think
Maybe.
that's what
I
you
don't
said.
remember it if I did.
So perhaps you are very good at it. You don't know.
Not
I guess we'll,
entirely.
I don't know if
logically
that's how I
sound.
want to find out, but I guess we'll find out.
I have fought tired before. It is hard, but not impossible. You are able to do many of the same things. You are just sometimes a little slow. That is all.
I think she was more proposing that any of the smaller folks might be able to catch naps or a rest while moving, so that way.
Oh
they
yes,
would-
Jotra, I understood. I can
Oh.
understand common too. Thank
Oh,
you for
okay, I-
translating though.
Okay,
Oh.
all right. Just you two seem to, but you don't have. It's okay. He kind of walks away.
Listen, what do you want to do?
I think the best choice is to stay here on higher ground and then push through as fast as we can and as safe as we can, but not to camp on the open road. There is no reason for us to be caught asleep.
I agree. Erden, are you alright with that?
Yeah. Like Ishton said, both options kind of suck, but that's okay.
And if we get to the point where we feel we are too tired, then we are sleeping anyway. So we risk very little.
Yeah.
Orin, you feel yourself grabbed and hoisted rather roughly to the ground, and dropped just beside Ishton. As you just hear Torn go, "All right, I'll take first watch." And he wanders over to the side and perches, kind of sits with his legs over the edge of this little alcove.
Isn't it like 1 in the afternoon?
You want to give me a little bit of fucking notice before you just hoist me off your shoulder?
He's not going to do that.
No.
You know it.
Damn it.
It's my shoulder. I control who's on it.
Just asking for a wee bit of courtesy, you fuckers.
I don't curtsy. Looks away.
Did he make a joke? I think that was his first joke.
It was a joke. It was a pun.
Oh,
Bad
It was
one.
okay. It was like a B minus.
right, not bad.
Not bad
A
at all.
bit D, but you know.
Yes,
What is it with you
I
and
think-
grading me at the moment, Jen? I'm a graded class.
I'm like Lisa Simpson. I just want grades.
Can I maybe send Ash Delora down within like, I think the found familiar thing's only like 100 feet, but if I can like I want to try and see if I can get a better look at these things, if they're anywhere near, just to see if, like, I don't know, because they said they were cutting them with blades and it takes a while, so, like, I don't know, get a better look at them.
Ashlora can go ahead and make like a 120-foot like perimeter. You don't see anything apart from the road, the wall, and the cliff face.
Do you want to work on the book while we're sitting?
Yeah, let's do that. No.
Excellent.
Pull out the book. And while we're eating soup and like excitedly poring over this book.
I will walk away.
And unless there's anything particular we want to do during this time, it's going to be quite a long kind of rest as you guys wait through this time, wait through nightfall, and then get to. I would assume you're probably going to leave quite early in the morning and just dash your way through.
There's one small conversation Jotra wanted to have with Ishton. So at some point he'll go over to Ishton. He's like, so with you telling us about you telling me by the wall about how much, I was wondering, and you can say no, of course, because this is very intrusive, but could I see a vial of maybe just a little bit of blood of yours to see if I can see if there's still there or if it's gone?
I'm sorry, could you what?
Can I have some of your blood? I just want to see if it maintained any of its magic properties, and maybe it could help something. It's just a starting place. It's all I could think of. Or maybe a scale, if those come off. I don't know. I don't mean to be so invasive. It's just I don't know of any other way other than studying you while you... And that's even worse.
Jotra,
I was like, hold on. Were you about to say something while you sleep or something? Please.
No. It was just while you're awake and staring back at me is the implication. Like.
Okay.
You know that there are people that can use blood to hurt you, yes? If they have your blood, they can?
If I had, I could think of another option. If you can think of, like, anything else, I know I wouldn't, I'll destroy it before anybody gets close to it. I promise I wouldn't keep it, I wouldn't do that. I don't even know how to do that. I can give you my promise, my word. I can write down a contract if that makes you more comfortable. I know how to word them just specifically. I just want to help, and I need a starting place.
Why do you care?
Because I can't imagine it being taken away once you have it, and it's just not fair.
Let me think about this.
Of course. Yeah, no, you don't have to answer now. Yeah.
I don't want to give you the ability to kill me, Jotra. I've known you for what, 2 days?
Yeah.
And yes, I would like to know though.
Of course. Something to think about. Here's the vial. You make a choice. Just if no, just give it back to me at some point, empty, and that's okay. Meanwhile, I'll be seeing if I can find anything once we get to the city about if there's like any like about the process or anything that maybe will help. It's not fair. Thank you. Sorry, I'll go.
She's just holding the vial, looking like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just got handed a specimen jar.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Hey, Ray had a quick question about on the road that we've been directed toward. What is the terrain like? What is the ground like?
So it's a mixture between kind of the slightly rockier area you'd expect, and then these kind of meadowy, grassy sections. It's pretty unkempt, pretty untame. Yeah, it's kind of a mixture between this kind of rockiness and this very obvious kind of grassy plain almost. Rocky plain, why not? That's going to be the closest I can get. And then both the breach you saw before and the breach you saw after, the other side of the wall is all dead and barren.
Is there any sources of wood that are like 3 to 4 feet tall?
You could, if you wanted to go back down to ground level, you could take a look around at some of the, like, as I say, there are a few kind of trees pitter-pattered around here and there, but if we're talking like, there's probably some firewood at the actual camp itself if you wanted to mess around with that as well.
So there's no trees like in the immediate area.
Not in your immediate vicinity right now. As you're sat in this alcove, kind of, you just see the wall in front of you, and then the path to the left and to the right. So kind of in a little, like, almost a cubby hole that's been, like, built into the cliff face.
Jotra's gonna go to Athenos. He's like, I have an idea. Well, would you mind helping me with your tremor sense?
Yeah, I guess. What's your idea?
He's gonna take like two of the like kind of boards, and then he's gonna put them on the ground. He's like, okay, so you can feel me now, right?
Yeah.
And then he's gonna step onto the boards of wood, and he's cut them to about like one's about that thick, and then like that thick. And he's like, and he steps on the first one, and he kind of like stands completely just on it. He's like, how about now?
Okay.
And then the next thickest, how about now?
You can. So as you step onto the board, you can feel the actual like the board itself. You can feel that against the ground.
Yeah, no, I can't feel you, but I can feel the board against the ground more.
Okay. So if we do end up having to sleep due to some unforeseen circumstances, if there's wood near, if we sleep on the wood, it'll just seem like a log or something. Like we could, we won't register as like heartbeats or something like that. Just something good to know. Thank you.
No problem.
He kind of picks it up, takes it back again.
When you go down, Soup follows you guys, and he kind of comes up behind Dirk and is like,
Hey,
Yeah. Skis?
you're good at ideas.
Sometimes.
What you think about this?
and he like gives you this crude drawing, and it's just like this circular, basically like a circular piece of wood that's like it's been bent around. You need like some bendy wood, and then there's like netting of rope.
Interesting. So I was thinking skis, but this is actually could be much better. It causes less vibration against the ground using the circular wheel form. This would be it'd be difficult to make with what we have on hand. Let me take a look and see if we have supplies. The netting. Do you have any net or rope? I have a little bit of rope, but I don't think it'd be enough for kind of what you're sketching out here. Are you thinking we all travel in one big one of these, or individually as for one for each person?
Well, we could fold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we could sleep on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Oh, you're taking the hammock and it's raised off of the ground. That is ingenious. We could focus it down to a single point using support structures. If we do it here, and then it would seem as though we could hide many in a singular point on the ground, so tremor sense would be much less obvious. Yes, let's look at this. And I'm going to go ahead and start looking around for supplies and stuff too in order to enact his hammock top.
Trying to build this wooden hammock idea. Yeah, this rope and wood hammock.
While we're working like on the book, I kind of want to keep an eye on Ton, and every once in a while, like if I'm turning a page, I'll like lift the book up and turn the pages. I want to see if he makes a face if he looks over. Because
Torn's eyes are focused on the wall and the road.
this would have been maybe like later when he's not watching the road in the middle of the day, like a weirdo.
And yeah, even as the day goes by, he's still just watching the road.
God,
So
boring.
while everything's going on, Orin's gonna kind of just sneak off by himself for a little bit to a point where he's gonna look around and make sure kind of no one's looking at him.
Wait, do I notice you leave?
Buried in a book. No.
Damn it!
And
I want to follow.
Normally I'd say roll for it, but the amount of concentration you're gonna have to put into a cipher.
So he just kind of sneaks off, just kind of looks around, makes sure that no one's really watching, and he reaches into his pocket and he's gonna pull out this small cone, like in his hand is about, this size. And he's gonna look at it and just kind of smile at it and kind of pet it. Everything going all right then? Great, I thought I lost you for a second. And then he's gonna stash it again. Sit there for a few moments. And then head back.
Secrets are no fun unless they're shared with me.
What are you, Jotra?
It's a little warm to the touch as you hold it and you begin doing what you're doing. It goes from cold to a pleasant warmth, and then back to cold. That's all you really notice. Okay.
When Athanos returns, when there's a chance, just to pull him aside. I need to tell you, Jodra, he asked for me to give him my blood.
Oh no.
You have seen many people do many strange things with magic. Have you seen anyone do that with their blood?
Will I? Can I? Is this the thing I don't know how Baker's magic works. I don't know if there is blood stuff. Can I say it? Is there?
I'm going to say Arcana check with disadvantage, because you've only been a magic user for a short amount of time, therefore your interactions with the magic Arcana were pretty minimal.
I have been a magic user for a very long time, so could I maybe make an Arcana check, please?
I would say Arcana check for you as well, yeah.
Oh, God.
17.
17.
Okay. You are aware, as per the laws of the Magicanum, that anything that does not belong in the 8 schools of magic is banned. That doesn't, however, mean that it's not practiced. And there are definitely certain magic types that are rumored and have popped up here and there in spoken word or in stories that may have a bit more truth to them than you think they do. It's... the concern is legitimate.
So, this stranger we've met for 2 days, about 2 days, asked for your blood.
He gave me a vial and everything.
Always keeping in perspective.
Obviously, it's your blood. I can't tell you what to do with it, but I wouldn't give him your blood. No, that's a weird thing to do.
I don't plan to, but I have to say this to someone. He says he can find out if there is still magic in it. And I want to know.
When I said that I will find a way to help you get your magic back, did you trust me?
Yes, I trust you. I trust that you are saying the truth within the limits of what you can do. You cannot get back something that no longer exists. But I know that you will do everything you can.
I feel like let's say your answer technically means you're not entirely sure if I can, which I understand. But
I am
at
not sure
least
if we can.
we can. But at least that doesn't come with the risk of possibly dying because of blood magic.
True.
Maybe he can check, but maybe he can also kill you.
Help to remind me, because I will be tempted.
Yeah, I know. I'll remind you.
I do trust you. I trust you.
And I'll make sure you won't regret it.
All right. If there's nothing else that needs to be said, I think we can go ahead and kind of skip through the time, kind of consider it a long rest, and considering the mixture of the guards and Torn and yourselves, you can go ahead and scatter out the patrols between you. And it's probably going to be about 4 or 5 o'clock that everybody rises. After all, it's not been long since you last camped. So yeah, it's probably going to be about 4 or 5 o'clock. The sunrise has just begun. The first moon swinging around just off to the side, just still visible past the cliff face, and the other one now coming into view. It is the morning. You can see that a breakfast has already been prepared for you of just kind of dried fruits and whatever's been left by the guards who are now asleep. Yeah. If nobody has anything to do in the morning, we can go ahead and set off.
Was there enough things to look at, enough materials to look into Soup's idea, or was it just kind of too bare here?
Right here, right now, it's going to be too bare.
Okay.
However, knowing where you're going, it's probably going to be a good idea to keep it on you.
Perfect. While I'm on somebody's, probably Erden's shoulders, I'm going to start trying to refine his sketch into much more detailed and try to do the math of, its structural support, integrity, and stuff like that to try and make it really good by the time we have, if we can find supplies eventually.
Before I leave, I don't know, I guess he wouldn't try and hide it, he doesn't really care, but he does his whole ritualistic breaking down his pistol, just looks at the pieces for a while and then puts it back together again. Yeah, and that's just, like, I think you've known him for 2 days now, but yeah, that's clearly part of his ritual, kind of puts him at ease, and yeah.
Since he's doing that in plain obvious sight, I'm going to make while I'm writing, make a detailed sketch of all of the components of the gun, just try to figure out how it goes together and make sure see how it works.
I'll say straight intelligence. We'll see how well you can go ahead and piece that together.
Do I notice him
21.
doing this?
Oh my
I mean, Jotra, are you trying to hide it?
Oh yeah, I'm waiting till we're on the road. I'm trying to do it kind of from memory, just to get an idea of
Okay.
how guns work. Are you
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're sketching though?
No, the book's gonna be out. He's just gonna be. He doesn't think that there's anything weird about it. He's just writing down what he observed.
So Ishtin would notice.
Yeah, definitely.
With the 21, firearms aren't wholly uncommon in Vacre. They are scattered around here and there. The general consensus is firearms are great, but you can do so much better with bows and crossbows than you can with firearms, and as such, they're not usually used commonly. Even so, with the knowledge that you have, this particular firearm seems to be constructed a bit differently than what you're used to. As you're going ahead and attempting to sketch, you kind of get stuck on some parts as you see, oh, this shouldn't actually construct this way. This shouldn't be here, and yet here it is. And you're trying your best to kind of jot down what you can. It's okay. You've probably got about 30-40% of the actual mechanisms, but there's a lot of stuff that you can't account for as an artificer.
Traveling, is Ton taking point?
So as you guys have left the camp, yeah, Torna's just kind of taken a few strides forward and is leading the group over to Zitane.
I stay in the back with Athanos this time. Soup,
Yeah.
you want to ride or no? Do you want to ride? I'm staying in the back.
Oh yeah, Soup is on Ishton's shoulder, and he is practicing somatic components from spells that he's been learning. So he's like balancing on her shoulder, and is like it almost looks like he's practicing Tai Chi on her shoulder.
Looks like he's earthbending.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. He looks like a complete idiot, but it's great.
He looks like he's adorable.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Must protect Soup at all costs.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I would die for Soup.
Soup is pretty tasty.
Also, I'm trailing. Aridin is behind Ton.
Okay.
Orin is going to be like walking like next to Aridin and Jotra, but on his own.
Okay. We can go ahead and continue the journey. I'm not one for doing rolls where they're not needed. So I am not the kind of DM where I'm like, oh, make perception rolls as you're walking along every hour or 2 hours, because it's just unnecessary. So yeah, we can go ahead and skip the travel. It's a rather long and almost irritating journey as you there's a bit of wall, there's a bit of cliff, you turn, there's just more wall and more cliff. You go ahead and turn, it's just more wall and more cliff. And you're as you're going along, it's a little bit more irritating until finally you kind of come out and you see these beautiful, long, rolling hills and meadows on your right-hand side as the cliff finally turns. And you see Zenri proper. Beautiful, green, vibrant. To your left, across the wall, you actually see the gateway with a rather large collection of individuals that appear to be trying to make their way through. They all seem to have wagons and other such kind of mounted. You can probably assume they're merchants trying to make their way in from what Torn has told you. And as Torn kind of cuts around to the right-hand side, yes, southwestern US. Wonderful.
Like a good chunk of just, well, there's some dirt and there's cliffs. Oh, look, maybe a bush here there. And there's dirt. And
Yeah.
I always did want to
Wait, is it deserty or is it green?
No, as you've come out into Zenri, proper now, and you've like dropped the cliff. This area is like meadow. It's all green and vibrant and growing. This section.
So it's like heading out of the Rockies.
Yeah. And Torn is kind of pulled over to the right-hand side and points out a pathway that is scaling upwards. And he just goes, up there, another 10 minutes, we'll be at the gates of Zatane.
Have we taken a point of exhaustion?
Not yet. I'm not that cruel.
Okay. Because we have been traveling for 24 hours.
Don't make the argument for it.
24. So you woke up at 5. You've gotten here just about at sundown.
Okay.
You were
Right.
hoofing it, essentially.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
Countryside, yes, pretty much.
Thank you for leading our party, Ton, to safety and making sure we did not get lost in the wilderness.
It's kind of just a nod of confirmation as he carries on up the hill. And yes, just to clarify, so the city is Zatane, but the countryside is, the country of Zenri. And the majority of Zenri is kind of just these green meadows until you get to kind of the north and northwest sections, and that's where they change. And then
Zatane, Zenri. Zatane,
yes.
Zenri.
Sorry, it's 2 Z names. I'm sorry.
What names?
Yes, what?
Zed.
What?
Zed.
Zed.
Some of you might have
Z?
seen this coming.
We're gonna move on. Right. We're gonna move on before
And
this
then
turns
Oren
into
died.
this turns into a pronunciation problem. You head up to the city of Zatane, and as you find yourselves moving forwards, Zatane is actually a city of 2 layers. You have the traditional section of Zenri. Now I'm saying it. See, you're confusing me. You have the traditional section of Zatane, which is, your stone walls, your portcullis, and this kind of guarded area. Seems to be made out of a mixture of stone and brass, though. There's a bit of a few sections that have been replaced with metal rather than being replaced with stone. And then above is this huge metallic construct, which is the upper city of Zatane, which currently has a selection of different airships and smaller ships as well, kind of docked in. What is normally bustling is now quiet. As you approach the gates, you can hear barely any chatter from inside. And Zatane is the capital city of Zenri, so there is a very high population in here. And it's almost eerie as you're walking up. There's no chatter, there's no market bustle, there's no ships flying in and out, there's no arguments, there's just a strange silence. You begin to make your way forwards, just up the ramp, and there are 2 guards outside on the gateway itself. And one of them kind of raises a hand, just says, "Zatane's off limits. Apologies."
We've actually been given permission from Byron and his camp, and hold up the
Ritz.
that we were given.
We have paper scraps. Here you go.
Goes ahead and one by one takes them, looks through. Very well. Keep to the southwestern side of the city. The inn and the mercantile sectors are the ones that are currently clear and protected. All the others, well, it's on a need-to-know basis, and all you need to know is don't go near them. Kind of there's a visual kind of sigh mixed with this horrible head shake as he knocks on the gateway a couple times, and the portcullis begins to rise. This is a welcome to Zatane. God fucking help us.
Thank you.
And as the portcullis begins to rise, and you can go ahead and walk through. Zatane is a very densely kind of built area. There's a lot of houses on top of houses on top of houses that all have various different purposes. You walk through, and the first thing you notice immediately are just rows and rows of these empty and abandoned market stalls. Products that you would expect to have been protected now lie scattered across the ground, or scattered on the actual market stalls themselves. There are no open doors, there are very little lights. And it looks just strangely barren. The one light you do see as you begin to walk forward is a rather large inn area. And you see a couple of figures making their way inside this rather large inn towards the back street.
On the way, the stores and stuff, is it just like food produce, or is it like, are there like clothing, like cloaks and stuff like that?
There's food, there's cloaks, there's like vases, there's a few kind of they're kind of like the artificer version of like gift shop stuff. They're like just little like nonsense trinkets kind of scattered around. There's also your occasional like, oh, welcome to Zenri, like little tea towel or something like that. You know, like proper. Yes.
I want to just grab
the
the cloak.
country's like the country's like the country's gift shop, and then you have a few that are specific to Zatane, and it's like, oh, I love the city. There's some
No
few
Zeds
like
in Zenri.
model. There's a few you can actually see probably the most common thing are these little toy airships.
I'm just
They
gonna.
are definitely the most common things kind of scattered across it.
On the way, I'm just gonna like grab a cloak and just like put it on.
Do I have an idea of how much one of these things would cost? Or as like the little airships?
Talking like copper. These things
So
aren't
he's-
particularly in
gonna-
this city anyway. They're not particularly uncommon.
So he's gonna take one, and then he's gonna slide a copper under the door, and then kind of put it into his bag. Of the whatever shop's marked that he think is gonna be the most likely one. He's gonna take, if it's just as like, oh no, screw it, it's Jotra. He's gonna take as many as he can find. I'm guessing anywhere between 5 and 7 different variations, and then just slide as many coppers under the door.
Okay, roll a
He'll probably
d10.
then he'll think about it and I'll roll a d10. Here we go.
Yeah, that's how we'll
D10.
decide.
Smart. That's a 10.
So you have 10 toy airships, and
Oh,
you spent 10
Jesus.
copper.
All right, I'll just slide a silver under then.
Yeah.
Needed one. Joke.
Athanos, do
Yeah.
you know the tavern where your people would be? What district it is in?
Yeah, I know where it is. I can't remember the Sky Den. So would from the way I guess I don't want to say it, but like, I guess it's technically a quarantine. the way that everyone's been like the way it's been arranged, yeah.
The Sky Den is in Upper Zitane.
So it's in the infested.
No, the safe
so-
area. The
Oh, the
upper one
safe
is the
area.
safe
Oh,
area.
the upper is okay.
So there is a small part of the city that you folks have walked into,
Mhm.
which is the mercantile and the inn kind of district that is safe. And then Upper Zitane is also safe. Upper Zitane is where a lot of the kind of big money trading, because of the airships, they dock, they get rid of their merchandise. That's where all the big money is kind of made, and that's also where the Sky Den sits. Lower Zitane, however, is kind of where your regular kind of working folk and the magic based buildings are, essentially. So Upper Zitane is definitely safe because it's in the sky. It's in the sky. It's floating there. And as you kind of look up, you can actually see very similar Gravicrest layouts that were on the airship, currently keeping this thing afloat, as well as a few what appear to be kind of... It's weird, because they're definitely stairwells, but they appear to be made of a slightly kind of bendy material. As the wind kind of moves, the stairwells kind of move just the slightest bit with them.
Yeah,
While we're
I'll just like point upwards. It's like it should be up there. Hopefully, whatever's happening here didn't scare him off. But, yeah.
You're right, he might not still be here, but we are able to get into that part of the city, I think.
We should be.
Okay. We should not wait long.
Yeah, no, definitely not. He's not the type to stick around when there's danger.
Nor are we.
Yeah.
As everyone's kind of doing their thing, I want to kind of walk up to Ton. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Do you really think now is the best time?
Not about that. How far were you from... How far were you from Zitane, and how long were you there? Do you feel that it's odd you didn't know about this?
I was in the city across the wall. Not much information comes in or out of that place. So, something could have happened outside during that time. This isn't my place of residence, so I am very much in the same boat as you guys right now.
Yeah. I guess I'm also concerned about what they had said about their logs and how they weren't expecting any airships. So I guess I don't even know where to start asking about something like that.
You told me you were docking here. And you told me that the actual journey itself wasn't that long, so they should have had a record.
Yeah, but they didn't.
That in itself is strange.
I'm not sure what to make of it.
A problem for another time, perhaps. Why don't we focus on not getting eaten for now?
It's a good place to start.
The eyes are scanning across the eyes are scanning across kind of everywhere. He's just never seen such an expensive city look so dead in my life.
After Ishton and Athenos have the conversation, Soup is like in like a crane position, river, and he turns to Ishton and he's like,
What's the sky, Dan?
It is a tavern where we need to try to find someone.
Okay.
That was a good one. You got that very well that time. That was very good.
Very low.
I sort of forgot you were there. I'm sorry, I didn't. That was very rude of me.
so like he like made a point of it. He was like, I was listening to you.
I can hear you. Well, you are so light. It is very comfortable to have you on my back. So I just forget. It's okay. It is natural. It is like just having a friend.
When you call him a friend, he like kind of like eyes you. He's like,
Oh, so cute.
At that point, George is going to turn to everybody. Well, might not be what we expected, but it looks like there's still drinks available. I think I could use one. How about everyone else?
I want to go to sleep.
Well,
Before
yeah,
we
I
go
mean,
to
we
sleep,
could-
Jotra,
Yeah.
do you want to have a drinking competition?
A drinking competition? Well, I mean,
This can only end poorly.
You
Oh,
said the
this is
magic
wonderful.
words.
I mean, what did you have in mind? Because we could play quarters, we could play shots, we could play, and he just goes off into all these list of drinking games that he knows from growing up inside of a tavern, and he's like, and then are we drinking beer? Are we drinking whiskey? Are we drinking any other type of thing? Are we doing mixed drinks? Are we making drinks for each other? What did you have in mind?
Let's just see who can do the most shots before passing out.
Okay, sure. And one thing though, I need you to promise not to swap any of yours for any like water or anything like that, or claim that you're doing vodka or anything. So
No.
that's all. Perfect.
I
Oh,
have
yeah,
every
then
other.
definitely.
Why would I have to
It's
go
been
sleep? Oh.
it's been a while since I've had a good drinking competition, and oh, I know, Ishton, you'll keep your huntmate honest, right?
Sure, I will, of course.
Yeah, she's not gonna do that. Or and keep an eye on him.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, I'm down to drink with you too.
Okay.
I
You know what?
think-
Worst comes to worst, I lose and pass out. Let's do this.
Oh no, we have to put money on it as well.
Oh,
I know,
So I
I
wanna
know,
give you a
because
chance.
of the two of our sizes, you think you're at quite an advantage, but halflings and gnomes, we've been known to handle some air. You might be out of your league there, Ferret.
he got you.
Oh
fair.
shit, he went
Okay
there.
then. Okay. How about this? How much gold do you have on you?
I'm not paying all my gold.
Well,
on
let
the
me
drinking
check my
competition.
pockets.
My pocket looks like a character sheet.
Almost exactly like it. I spent most of my money on the.
How
trip
much
over
do I have
here.
on me, or how much am I willing to lose?
I was hoping it'd be the same thing, but how much are you willing to lose?
How much do you believe in yourself? You just gave a great speech.
How much
Oh,
fun
I
do
can
you not
handle
want
me
to
liquor,
have?
but I'm not a fool.
Oh
You
my
did call
God.
her the B word.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was really stupid of you, but I'm just...
I'm trying to move past that. I'm a fool sometimes. I don't always act a maggot, okay?
Yeah, working on the relationship. It is growing. It is okay. It is,
Okay, I'll reword it. How much are you willing
First time you used the Irish sheet I gave you. Yes, yes. I'm so happy.
Margaret.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll reword it. How much are you willing to lose, both of you?
Like a gold? It's a drinking competition. This isn't like a.
Come on.
We're gonna have to be
Just a
buying these
gold.
drinks anyway, so let's put on. Hey, I'll tell you what. 2 gold to the winner. We each put in 2 gold. Winner takes all 6.
That way,
Fine.
it keeps it friendly. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
One of us isn't
Oh,
less
boy.
destitute. I'll do 2 gold. Yeah, that seems fair.
Oh, this is going to be something.
This is gonna be so bad for Orin.
Oh man, poor Orin.
His
Athanasius
constitution is shit.
just grinning. He's feeling
I
good.
feel like Ishin and I are
'Cause-
standing by, ready to carry the smalls.
And then as Jotra's going, he's
I'm
like,
standing by, ready to help my huntmate. I don't. The smalls are getting themselves. into
Jotra
this.
at that
I will
exact
carry the
moment.
smalls.
At that exact moment, he's gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna be drinking alcohol that affects you, right? Because I know you're immune to poison."
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I know.
Was Athanos ready to cheat?
No.
It's gonna be a good time. All right,
Yeah,
let's do
it's
this.
good.
What are we,
That's ridiculous.
DM? How are we
As you're-
drinking contest?
Yeah, as you're making your way through, you come up to this tavern. You go ahead and open the double doors, and the tavern is full to the brim of travelers and families and works folk that have just kind of been rammed all into this tavern. And you can see multiple people at the bar just trying to serve multiple people at the same time. Food, drink, blankets, and other such kind of utilities as well. As it's just it's kind of chaotic as there is just this just mass of people, but also weirdly enough, it's still relatively quiet. A lot of people that aren't currently chatting with the barkeep are either mumbling between themselves or sitting in silence. And then you stumble in. And everyone kind of suddenly bolts, turns in fear and panic. And as they do so, they chill. They turn back. You just hear, would you mind closing the door, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll close the door.
Thought I bolted that thing. She kind of goes ahead and clicks her fingers, and you watch the bar. There we go. Oh, it's a hard day. Right. Anyway, and she goes back to serving along with a couple of the other bar staff.
Did I note if it was mage hand or like an artificer encouraged roll?
It was definitely prestidigitation.
Okay, perfect.
Just
I'm gonna start drifting over to the other side of the area, just as far as I can get.
And as you do so, you do notice her eyes trailing you just ever so slightly. She's still serving people, but she's definitely kind of got one eye trailed on you.
Soup stops doing positions on you and literally gets as close to you as possible. He's like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to get off or do you want to stay here? No, I don't know what I'm talking to. I talk to myself sometimes. It is a strange habit.
he becomes one with your shoulder. He's like,
I have to get Soup camouflage armor at some point.
I could just see Soup turning into a gecko,
you can see when you look over his golden eye, his pupil just dilates. Just
Sorry.
Jotra, are you
yeah.
okay down there? Do you want to come up?
Oh yeah, and then no, I'm fine. And you see as he goes over to the bar, is it have bar stools? And with this this kind of stunning acrobatic, he's done this a million times. He just takes a step back and then he launches up onto the first step of the stool, hops over, grabs the bar with both hands, pops himself up like he's done it a million times. And as he lands, he gives it a spin around, and then he he stops and he looks forward and he's like, ah, that's a nice place you have here. What's the name?
Oh, thank you. We just call it the pit stop.
Pit stop. I like that. Ooh, is there racing here? First day.
Oh, we usually just call it that because, the mechanics from upstairs that are working on all the airships, they sometimes come downstairs. Instead of working with the bar up there, it's a little funky sometimes. But down here, people can just come and stop and chill. So, pit stop.
Oh, excellent. Well, that seems pretty neat. And what do you have to drink, if I can ask? Like, what's on tap?
Well, are you looking to enjoy yourself? Are you looking for something a little bit heavier, or are you looking to die?
Ooh, I'm always tempted by that die option when it comes
And at this point, I'm gonna plant my quarterstaff, launch myself up onto the bar stool next to him, and just put it back in gracefully, and just be like, "Well, we need something that can get us fucked up and quickly."
And this is when I come in and just sit down like a normal person and say something that can get me fucked up too, please.
Well, kind of turns. There's a few kind of specialty wines that kind of work on you guys, or there's like she's slowly kind of going from shelf to shelf to shelf. She's like, oh, and some of the stuff up here, it's a little expensive. And then, there's that. She points to one black bottle that's slightly dusty on the very top shelf.
And what's that one then?
Yeah.
Jotra, you already know what this is. There is one bottle of it in every single bar in Vega.
Oh, no.
And no one knows who makes it. And no one knows if anyone has ever run out of it, but it's always there. And
The mystery bottle.
It's as you ask, she goes, "Oh, that's the Siren's Tear."
Have I heard of this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The Siren's
gonna-
Tear is lethal. Most people don't stay awake after the first shot.
So we're gonna have the Siren's Tear, right, guys?
Well, I mean, it's the problem with the Siren's Tear is that more than likely about all of us will pass out after the first shot, and it's not much of a competition. So before doing that, we would have to set up somebody to carry us to a room or wherever we're staying, as I don't want us to be her problem.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've got,
that's-
3 other people waiting. They can pick us up.
All right. Well,
I mean, have you got whiskey?
Come on,
got
don't
plenty
be a
of that
whistle.
stuff.
man.
well, it's it
Have
turns
you
it from
had that
fun-
shite?
No, there's a first time for everything.
How about you have a shot and then we'll decide. We'll catch up if you still want to do it. As somebody who has experienced the Siren's Tear, it is
I don't know
it's
if you've
not
ever
fun. It's not
I don't know
fun
if you've
drinking.
ever had it. I don't know if you've ever had it. You might have had it.
Okay.
Maybe once.
Maybe. Do you want me to roll a d20? 15 and above, I've had it.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, can I do the same?
Roll high, roll high, roll
12.
high.
I rolled 12. I have not. I've seen pretty much.
Neither have I,
consistently,
apparently. Just
people-
stories.
I've consistently seen people take it and then hit the bar, and not like you're thinking like where you cuddle up to the bar and drift off to it. No, just and he slams his head on his head. Just.
That's likely.
And,
I've seen people drink it.
Oh,
I would
did
like to be one of them now. Let's give it a go.
Well, the thing is, did you want a fun drinking competition, or did you just want to wake up tomorrow hoping that you had 6 gold instead of losing 2? 'Cause drinking can
Hold
be
on.
fun. You can have a fun
I
little
think-
competition.
And this is gonna be fun.
I think we drink that
It's
shite,
not.
and we're
it's
all gonna
never
be
fun.
out.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Go for the baby drinks, I guess.
You know what? I will buy him one, and then if nothing else, we'll do the drinking tomorrow if he's still conscious, or I'll catch up. I just want him to. How much is a shot of your Siren's
Sure.
Tear?
So a shot of the Siren's Tear is 2 gold pieces.
I don't have-
I'll split that with you, and I'll throw a gold in.
I'm gonna go look.
I want to do it.
Drink.
Oh yes.
I don't want any part of this shite.
Can I look
Drinking
over
should be fun,
at-
not literally being poisoned.
I
wanna
want
do
to
it.
try and make
Oh,
eye
yes.
contact with Ishton and Soup, and like look at you guys and be like, point at the bar and back at you, like, do you guys want anything?
Soup looks like he's panicking.
Oh no.
Soup, are you okay?
He just breathes. He's just like,
All right, tap once if you want to stay down here, and tap twice if you want to go upstairs where there are less people.
he taps you twice to go upstairs.
All right. I will actually head up to the bar and kind of lean over to Athenos and say, before you get shit-faced, we need to go upstairs, some of us.
Okay.
It is not safe for us all here.
It might be safe for you to stay around people.
I don't
Certainly
think
don't
so.
know who is what.
I don't think so. I should get out of sight.
I'll go with
Okay.
you. Oh, I don't know if I'm like around the three of them while they're having this discussion.
If you don't mind paying for a room, you have my money.
Yeah. I'll. Yeah.
Do we just pay for our rooms with you then? I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name there, Missy.
Oh, Violet. And no, we're currently in a little bit of a state of emergency, so I'm not actually allowed to charge for rooms right now. So, yeah, it just means that you'll probably have to share one each, because I've got a lot of other people in here, and some people sleeping downstairs, and families, and yeah.
Is there a room that'll accommodate all of us?
You could,
I'm small. I can sleep in a drawer.
there are a couple of rooms still left in the basement.
Thank you.
I will try to find my way to the basement.
Did Ishin hear Eridan's question or no?
I wasn't sure whether you decided you were there or you weren't.
I was. If you're near Athenos, I was there.
Watch them.
Okay.
And it's not too hard. Violet kind of sticks a hand out and just goes, okay, so if you go ahead and turn a right, and then as soon as you get to the wall, turn another right, you'll see a door, and just head down there.
Athenos,
Back
make
from-
sure you can return to me.
I will.
All right.
Okay. And as this
Eridan's
discussion...
babysitting.
Yeah. As this discussion is going on, Violet kind of, after guiding Ishtin, goes ahead and tries to reach up. She's like, oh, 1 second. Turns. It's just like, sweetie, can you go ahead and grab that for me? And one of the taller bar women just goes, yeah, sure. Grabs it, pulls it down, and begins to pour out this
Is that not the story of my life?
very this very it's actually a very blue quite thick mixture that comes out of this bottle, and pours it into a shot glass, slides it over, pops the cork, puts it up there, puts a little kiss on Violet's forehead, and then goes back to serving.
At the very least, can I have a shot of whiskey to accompany that? One for Jotra as well.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Athenos, if you're standing
Muted by the way.
after you take this shot, then I'll let you decide if you want to continue with your bet.
Okay.
It'll be 4 copper for the whiskey.
I hand it over.
Oh, here's you 2. He hands you 2 for paying for his.
So you have the two whiskey shots, and then the Siren's Tear shot.
Siren's Tear.
All right.
Shot of Black Death.
2.
Which I actually have the recipe for, if any of you are interested.
Yes. I am desperately
yeah.
interested now.
I think I know what the recipe is. It's called grab all the alcohol in the liquor store and just
Just dunk it
So it's
in.
actually
A mat
actually
shot?
water and ocean based alcohol. So it's got like seaweed tequila. It's got a what they call kind of like ocean barrel whiskey, and a few other things. I actually have the full yeah.
So you're gonna give us this recipe, right?
And we're gonna tweet it out
the
so everybody
Siren's
is curious.
Yeah, the Siren's Tear is actually so when I was working at the bar, the Siren's Tear is what I would make. With all the leftover stuff, I'd be like, right, got this. All right, let's go.
fucked
Real
up. Do
thing.
I want to get?
Oh, man.
It's
So-
a real thing.
Jotra's gonna be ready to catch Athenos' head if he passes out, so he doesn't bang it super hard on the table. So I just want that out. He's
we're
ready
on
to
either
spring and catch his
side of
head.
him,
Like,
just ready,
Just
just-
ready.
And
It's fine.
Airden
Athenos
shifts
doesn't have faith in
behind
himself to put
Athenos, so he
all three
falls
of you.
back. We got him. We're good.
All right, lad.
What role is this?
Cheers.
So, because you're immune to poison, I will remove the disadvantage, but it's still a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
I kind of hope you fail.
I rolled a 19 plus 3, 22.
Oh.
But
Okay. So you go ahead and knock back this shot. You feel okay, and then you feel okay, and then you really don't feel okay. You can feel your insides start to like bubble and burn. You go ahead and swallow your pride and kind of just, no, right, that's it. No, kind of with all your might are trying to keep this down. You manage to, but as soon as your muscles kind of relax, all of that pressure then goes to your head. And you just get this sudden dizziness and wooziness that comes over you as you're just like, oh God. But I'm still standing. Just. And Jotra and Orin, you watch Athenos pop this back, tense up suddenly, release, and then just start swaying. Just a
How
little
you
bit.
feeling there, ferret?
It's some strong shit, man.
See, well, good for you. That's impressive.
I'm surprised you're still standing. For every story I've heard,
he's sitting. He hasn't stood up yet.
It's true. Can you
well,
stand?
still upright. Can you stand up?
I guess I'm gonna try and stand up.
Oh my
Make
God.
a deck save.
Dex save.
He's good at
This
those. He's good
drunk
at everything. He's
asshole.
gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Stand up and count to
Nat
three.
20.
Oh shit.
You
Oh man,
piece
this
of
guy.
shit.
So that's
Stand,
23 by Nat 20, yeah.
And
course.
there is a moment where your leg buckles, and you kind of go ahead and just. Oh. I'm fine. You've got like one arm on the bar. You go ahead and push yourself back up. You're just like, I'm good.
I haven't felt this wavy, tipsy.
Wavy.
Wavy. I'm good.
Oh,
Well done
also,
playing it cool.
As a side note, if, I just thought of this. I kind of forget I have a familiar sometimes. That's an emotional support cat. Ash Delora followed Soup.
Aw.
Soup has an emotional support cat. So whenever they get to the room, you just see.
His little Tresson following suit.
Did I notice the flying cat following us into
Yes,
the
you
basement?
definitely did.
Yeah.
He didn't want to try it. She's kind of a princess. Like when she walks, she kind of has like those princess paws. But there's too many
God.
people for that. So
She
just
has princess paws.
does. A little bit of a princess. Jotra and Aridin spoil her. So
Oh my goodness.
I do not sit near the princess cat.
she doesn't have like a crown or anything. You're just not like cats. Oh, I guess you are a fish.
Nothing.
I'll give you a clue. Ishton is a triton.
Ashtalor.
I do not like it when a cat follows me around. I wonder what its intentions are.
Well, her intentions are Soup is sad. I'm gonna sit on Soup and purr loudly.
I do not speak cat. I don't know that. I sit on the other
Biscuits.
side of the room.
So whenever they'll get to the room, Soup like basically had his claws almost kind of dug into you, and he slowly like lets off, and then just like jumps off of you, gets on like a bench or a bed or a chair or something, and just like sits there and just goes.
Too many people?
Yep.
I will not carry you into a crowd again. I am sorry. I did not know.
What happened?
We came into the bar and I walked to the back and you got very afraid. You don't remember.
Oh. Yep. Kitty cat.
Is it because of too many people?
Think so. Too
You think
close.
so? Too close. I will remember this and not walk you into that again if I can help it.
It's okay.
I needed to leave for my own safety anyway, so you can tell them I was the reason we came to the basement. I will not tell anyone if you do not wish me to.
He like seems out of sorts. He's just kind of like disturbed.
I won't bother him. I sit on the other side, away from the cat.
He just kind of like scratches the cat's head with his claws.
He's purring and making biscuits, probably on your leg.
Okay. He'll like kind of give the cat like a small lick and then go.
Starts grooming you back, probably like, oh, okay.
I will clean my glaive while this ridiculously cute thing is happening on the other side of the room.
He just kind of puts up with it.
Love it.
All right. How are you guys downstairs doing? Or upstairs now? Now that Ishton's at the basement.
So-
Upstairs. How are you guys doing?
Jotra
So-
kind of recognizing where Athenos is at. He's like, Athenos, I think instead maybe does food just sound ridiculously good right now to you, or is that just me?
I guess
It's
it could
your
be.
call, lad. If you think you're up to keep up the bet, I mean, we're
sounds
just
so.
small folk. I mean, you can take us, right?
It's not fair at this point. I was hoping maybe food would be. I'm dying for food all of a sudden. What do
That's
you have
fine.
to eat
Just-
here?
I am not an idiot.
You are intoxicated.
I feel like there's still a difference between intoxicated and stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Especially when it comes to money. When it comes to money,
says
and a
the
pirate-
person who's never.
It does impair your
I've
judgment.
met enough
That's all I'm
people.
saying.
Yeah. But he
Yeah, so-
loves his money, and he's not going to bet his money on something that he can't win.
I'm gonna
So
order
obviously
some.
right now, he can't win.
It's off. Hey, see, aren't you glad we're not drinking that shit as a competition?
No, because I would have won if you did.
Oh, maybe tomorrow. What do you guys have to eat here, if anything? I know times are probably a little limited, but
Depends what you're looking for. Meat, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian.
do you guys have any preferences?
If you've got a meat plate, I'll take it.
I'll
still
take it.
have a few. Yes, I still have a few drumsticks laying around somewhere.
I'll
I can
have
get
whatever
those
you have
cooked
the most of.
Right now, rice.
Okay,
Lots of rice, lots of grain, lots of vegetables.
sounds perfect.
I'll have a drumstick, please.
Alrighty, and for you. Kind of waves a finger at Athenos.
Oh, yeah, I have the meat stuff as well.
The meat stuff.
Ooh.
She did say it had been laying around for a while.
So,
She goes ahead and immediately kind of breaks off and heads just off into like a small kitchen area.
Oh, and another whiskey, please.
Athenos, why did you want to get drunk and talk?
Didn't want to talk, just wanted to get your money, to be honest.
Oh, that's why you wanted to cut to the end of the game. Well, since we're drunk and talking, how's life? What's going on with you?
I'm stuck with you guys.
Stuck. Oh, so mean.
You're privileged of our company, lad. Come on.
Have you met
really?
Orin? He's lovely.
Am I really?
So, tell us this. Be honest. What are y'all looking for? You're meeting up with somebody, right? What's going on? Come on, tell us. We're your friends. We're your mates.
Oh no, we're inconveniencing traveling companions, but either way, it could be fun.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'm meeting someone.
Who are you meeting, though?
Wait, that's not fair. She hasn't drank yet. Somebody get her a shot. And Joe's just gonna
Eridan, come
toss
on up here and have
two copper.
yourself a whiskey.
All right, all right. Only one shot, though, because if the rest of you keep drinking, someone's got to make sure you get to the room.
They've roped in the DD.
Chat won't kill anyone.
Technically, DW, or designated walker.
Which is fine because out of the two of the three of us, you can just go. Huh?
Yeah.
That's basically
Off
the
we
plan.
go.
It's going to be 2 trips. It's going to be scoop up Orin and Jotra, do, plop you down, go back, grab Athenos. Yeah, I'll, whenever she comes back, I don't know, is it tap the bar? I don't know, bar lingo.
Well, Violet is currently in the kitchen. She's cooking. However, there are 3 other servers.
Okay.
There is another gentleman. There is the lady that grabbed the siren's tear, and there is another individual as well. So you can go ahead and flag any of them down, really, and they'll get to you eventually. And you find yourself with a whiskey for Orin and a whiskey shot for Eridan as well.
Cheers.
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 Is it good whiskey or bad whiskey? Mediocre. Got it.
It's like, it's bottom shelf, but it's all right at bottom shelf. It's like, it's whiskey.
The regular's whiskey.
It classifies under that category.
Yeah, it's all right.
For 2 copper, I'm not expecting Lagavulin. It's
It's basic stuff, really.
Oh, I guess in the morning we'll have to figure out what everybody's doing. I guess we kind of made it. Yeah.
So Athanos, you still haven't answered my question. Are you gonna come clean with us? Come on. We're your mates.
Stop doing this whole mate thing, okay? No, you're not.
Oh,
The closest
we're
thing you got.
mates in training. We could be one day, but we're not yet.
Still
We
got the
are.
training wheels on.
It's fine. It's fine. He doesn't have any mates.
Well, if we want...
Neither do I.
Speaking of being friends and travel companions, Orin, you didn't divulge a secret.
A
She's
secret.
right. She's right.
Oh.
Everyone said something but you.
He told us about
Yeah, when we were on the beach.
his redwood tattoo. But... Oh, yeah, that was afterwards. What's a good secret, Orn? Start the truth party, because I told all my secrets and everybody's.
I only have one secret that I know of, and I shared it, so...
Well, you all share something. I guess I will too.
That's the spirit, and he punches you in the arm.
It kind of feels like a flick.
It's not. It does not hurt at all.
Not to me. I'm a halfling. We're the same size.
Oh, I got -1 strength, bro. It's good.
Oh. Same.
There you go.
Soren kind of thinks and he goes, well, you mentioned Mitatu. This was given to me when I was accepted into the Brotherhood of the Crimson Wood. And they're a monastery that studies these elemental beings that were once the guardians of the material plane. Legend has it that there were 3 sisters, and the 3 of them were the guardians. And to protect the material plane from invasion from the elemental plane of fire. The eldest of the three sisters gave herself in betrothal to the Lord of the Fire Plane. After that happened, the two sisters left, started to change, and slowly become these great, large trees with their roots sunk deep into the earth. And after a century, the bark of these great trees turned red, like fire. One is located in Zarenkart. That's where I hail from. One is over in Zenri. And it's believed that it's over by the volcano of Faith. So I'm trying to find that tree for more clues to see where their sister may lie in the fire plane. For no one actually knows where they are. Where she is, excuse me. Too much whiskey.
Same. But it's very interesting. Do you think they turned red maybe as more of a way to try to tell people to look into the fire plane, or that they were at harmony with the fire plane? Did they go off any? Can you feel their feelings through the bond you have with them? Is there like they train you to listen for them?
From what we can tell, it's a cry for help. But also with it came power. And that's something that the monks have tried to understand. They've sent me because fuck it. Why not send the one who just wants to go anyway?
Why did you want to leave?
You didn't want to stay.
I'm a wandering soul. I don't feel right sitting in one place for all the time, so it just seemed only natural. And plus, honestly, to them, I'm disposable.
Why is that?
Just a little one. In the training.
That doesn't mean anything.
With that large fellow who pointed you out, maybe he's somebody from that elemental plane of fire wishing to stop you in your journey? Since he was the one who knew who you were?
Oh, by the gods, I hope not. I mean, he didn't really have a elemental aura about him, but I could be, I don't know.
So strange. And you really have no clue why he would have known you.
I've seen him just the once.
Maybe they've been keeping an eye on you.
We'll just have to watch your back for fire people, right? And he slaps you on the back.
Yeah, we'll make sure that you stay safe.
Also, I'll try to look into maybe something to resist fire magic we can help you with. Because if it is fire elementals that are after you, we can maybe figure out a way to reduce that incoming effect. It's something to look into.
I don't want to resist the fire.
Really?
I embrace it. That's, like I said, with the changing of the wood came power. I think.
Can you control fire?
Through study, I'm not able to yet, but I'm working on it.
Does it not hurt you as much?
I think with meditation and a little bit more research, I'll be able to find out.
That sounds fascinating.
Having us, you could learn a thing or two. Sharing isn't so bad, you know. Seems you might be stuck with us for a while.
If you tell me who you're trying to meet here, I promise I won't call you ferret anymore.
Oh, that's a big promise.
Giving up a lot.
I really couldn't care
Indeed.
less. No. You can call me Ferret if you want. Why I'm here is
Should we not be saying your real
not my
name?
secret to tell.
Because
People know
why?
me here anyway.
Okay.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
you're a noble huntmate who's here for Ishton. Oh my god, that's so cute. I won't tell anybody, I promise. But that is awesome, because you said it's not yours to tell. Hers is the only one that could be to tell. No wonder she likes you so much. You are squishy on the inside under all the scales, just like the rest of us.
Whiskey's in.
Even after this, like, what the fuck?
I'm going to die.
While this is all going on upstairs, Ishton and Soup, I need you to make a perception check for me.
$13. Oh no.
5.
Oh no.
Okay. You're taking a look around the basement as you're kind of sat there, and Soup, I think this moment is still kind of getting to you, and you're just trying to kind of bring yourself back to a semblance of normality as you go ahead and kind of scritch Ashtalora a little bit, and then kind of focus on your breathing again, and take a look around, and just trying to center yourself back into the world. Ishton, as you're kind of taking a look, you can see a few of the rooms have been kind of almost makeshift turned into bedrooms. There's a lot of like bedrolls across the floor, some lids of barrels that have been turned into makeshift tables, and other such kind of like everything's been thrown together as fast as possible. And as you'll still take a look around, there's a little glint in the corner of your eye that just kind of catches you for just a moment.
I will look in that direction and see what I see.
You take a look and it appears that there's something stashed, like pushed underneath one of the bedrolls.
I will take my foot and push up the bedroll just a little bit so I can see what it is.
You go ahead and push it over, and it looks like a small purplish egg. Probably about that big.
Have I seen such a thing before?
Go ahead and roll a nature check.
12.
I don't think you've seen anything particularly like exacted like this before. However, as you go ahead and kind of take a little look at it, you can kind of very slightly nudge it with your foot, and you can see that it's a soft egg. It's like jellified. So it's more than likely not going to be from an avian. You would know that much.
Soup, come here. Come look at this.
He comes over and sniffs it.
Is this a reptile egg?
I guess I'll make a nature check.
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Awesome. It is some kind of insect egg.
It's bad.
Why do you think someone put a bug egg under that bedroll?
You see him like contemplating squishing it. He's like,
I was thinking the same thing. We are on the same page. Perhaps we should.
And as you've gone ahead and you said that you kind of went in and sniffed it, right?
Yeah.
There's a very obvious, very specific like musk that's currently surrounding it.
ooh, what is it?
Oh.
It's not like a particular smell. It's just kind of like The smell itself is particular, but it doesn't smell like anything else, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Bug
yeah,
musk.
it's unique.
It is bug musk. And I'm gonna look to the left and look to the right and see if there's anybody around. Is this room empty?
This room is still currently empty.
I don't know if we can make it look like something fell on it or something. I don't want a big bug hatching in the middle of the basement while we are asleep.
He looks around for like a box or a bag or something to like put it in.
There's plenty.
Okay.
You can go ahead and grab a little like knapsack
Yeah,
just off
kinda
the side and
scoops it up and then like just contain it.
Mhm.
He
Are you
hands
going-
it over to HJ. He's like,
I don't want to hold on. Why are you giving me the egg? I wanted to squish it.
he's like just squishes it inside the pouch.
okay. And as you go ahead and squish it, you hear the squelch of this
Ew.
this egg suddenly pop, and that smell suddenly explodes and just
Oh,
begins
no.
to fill the whole room. And you take a second to kind of just
Oh,
and as you do so, there's a slight rumble underneath your feet.
oh no.
Yeah, I think so.
No. No.
Oh no.
Yeah, when that,
You
when that
hear-
smell fills the room,
No.
he's just like,
You hear a coming from underneath.
We should run.
he gets to the
Sake.
door and then just turns around and like looks to see if he can see where the noise came from.
Down.
Like underground,
Definitely came from
Oh yeah.
underneath you.
We should run upstairs and warn them that the thing is coming up the floor.
Oh no, and everyone's drunk.
The rumbling begins to increase.
I
Oh
can fight
no.
with him.
He takes the sack and like throws it into the room to make sure that it doesn't like potentially follow them.
Yes. And then
he
I
looks at his hands and he's just like, "Ugh," and like quickly washes them with water.
You can wash them while you're on my back. We will get you out of here. And I put him on my back. And I run upstairs into the bar.
He grabs the cat.
There is
As
a
you kind of-
rumbling.
As you go ahead and deal with this, you kind of get to the stair area, and as you do so, the rumbling intensifies as this large purple chitinous claw breaks out from underneath
Oh, fuck.
between you and the ladder and begins to pull itself outwards.
Ah!
And as you look and see this, there's a rumble behind you there is the cracking of earth. And as you turn quickly, you see another one of these claws begin to bring itself out. And as this happens, we're going to go ahead and leave the session there.
I saw that coming.
Oh
No.
Guys,
Oh,
don't worry,
I-
man. I've noticed the power. He's fought when he's drunk before. This is going to work out great.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Monastery of the Redwood is a drinking monastery, so we'll be fine.
Jocher's been pretending to be drunker so we can get people to talk. He's not even really infected at all yet.
Yeah, 2 shots. Nah.
Aiden's also not at all.
I think
Just a
deep
single
gnomes can
shot.
survive more than 2 shots.
Yeah.
I
The
think
ones that
you're
are brought
okay.
up in an inn.
Yes, in a tavern. Goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. So
With
we
my own
yeah,
signature whiskey.
we leave this episode with the claws beginning to come out of the ground as Ishchin and Soup are still in the basement.
And you said it was
Yeah.
between us and the stairs.
So there's one in between you and the stairs. There's one behind you, and the rumbling is still continuing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's go ahead and duck around the horn here real quick. Let people know who you are and where to find you, and I'll give you a quick question at the end. So let's start with who is first on my Ty.
Perfect. So I'm Ty, DMEmporium.com. Go check us out. Use the code FWRD for 10% off your order and 10% towards building this channel. Other than that, you can find me on my own Twitch channel at twitch.tv/HitchhikerTheMind. I play I DM my own home game every Tuesday. It should be really fun playing my way through Hollow Knight. Other than that, on Twitter at HitchhikerMind, on Twitter at Emporium_DM. Find me there. On to the next.
Wonderful. Jen.
I am Quixote Jen, and even though you can see it up above me on Twitter, I'm Quixote Jen, QUIXOTEJEN, 1N, not 2. And you can also see me on Tuesday nights on The Gods We Know with Ray and Cole. And I am not nearly as grumpy a character on The Gods We Know as I am here. So come see me be not so grumpy. 6 o'clock Pacific on Tuesdays.
Yes. Cool. Adam.
Hello, I am Adam Hardy, and you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at AdamHardyVO. Hardy is HRDIE, not Y. That's all I had.
Prolonged eye contact. Cool.
Hi, I'm Cole. You can find me at Cole Moriel. You can also catch me here on Tuesdays for The Gods We Know. And that's really all I got for right now.
Awesome. Sean.
Howdy. I'm Sean, aka at No Tweet Sean, SEAN, not SHAWN. So, I am one of the admins over at Thread Raiders. If you're free this weekend, come check us out. We're doing some extra games after Jasper's Game Week. We're doing some add-on games to help them raise more money for the American Association of Suicidology to help with hotlines. Come check us out, twitch.tv/threadraiders. All one word.
Heck yeah. And definitely a fantastic cause to support as well. You will find me there. Drek.
I'm Draconics or Drek. You can find me at Draconics, DRAKONIQUES on Twitch and Twitter. I guess I don't have as much going on as everyone else here. That's what I can say, really, yeah.
All right, awesome. And I'm Ray. You can find me at Bearded Baymax. You can find me every Tuesday here, playing Tobias on The Gods We Know. You can also find me every Thursday doing Martyr the Martyr every week. You can also take a look on our socials, Twitter, and come and join our Discord. We're going to be holding weekly games for everybody to get involved in. Yeah. And apart from that, I think, do we have a raid lined up, folks?
I was looking at it. I believe Scraticus is still playing, so we should maybe go raid Scraticus.
Ray, did you have a question, though?
Yeah, you had a question.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I forgot last time as well. Okay, so characters aside, players, what would you have done if you found that egg?
Oh, squished it immediately.
Oh, I would have
After hearing
checked.
about insects burrowing to the ground, I'd have stepped on it.
I would have checked every bedroll and figured out why there's so much stuff down here. Because it feels like maybe they're like, hey, if you feed it, we don't have to. And that's why it's shut down and they're not telling travelers. They're just letting them in, being like, eat them, fuck it.
I would have probably, okay, so if I wasn't in the middle of a bug apocalypse, I probably would have taken the egg somewhere far away and left it, because I don't like to kill bugs. But if I'm in the middle of a bug apocalypse, I'm gonna step on the fucking egg.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yes.
Smart.
I feel
and wondered where the egg came from.
Yeah,
I would
where
have.
did it come from?
See,
Where
the
did
only
it
way
come
to
from?
handle anything that's been infested with bugs is to nuke it from orbit and just start.
I burned down the house. The whole inn. I just burned it down.
Good bug is a
We
dead
just start
bug.
burning the end down. Don't tell anybody.
No, a dead bug is a good bug.
Yeah.
Starship
Since
Troopers? Really?
yes,
I mean, it's got a bit of a Starship Troopers vibe going
You know,
on right
yeah.
now.
No
The guard's
argument.
just like, I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I feel unfortunate that I, like my character, had a wee bit too much to drink and had to miss the part about the egg, but I'm a little concerned that we had a little bit of a Mandalorian two-cock situation. So
There was an egg hidden underneath a bedroll. They picked it up and then decided to squish. And that is what caused whatever the hell is about to happen next.
In that
I'd like to say
situation,
no, I didn't do it.
I don't know.
It wasn't. I didn't do it. We're not saying that I did.
The egg, I don't know what you're talking about. We stepped and then there was a squishing sound and then the smell came and it was terrible and I don't know. Don't leave these things on the ground.
Definitely pheromones, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Definitely what that was.
Sweet,
Oh,
delicious
no.
pheromone.
Like a beehive, and you
Sweet,
kill one bee,
delicious
and they all go,
pheromones.
"What?"
So clearly,
Right.
Ray's been watching the news. He's like, let's see, keep them indoors. Oh, yeah, those killer bees are a thing. Let's do that.
Let's throw murder hornets at this party.
Hey, it would have gone differently if you engaged them outside the walls, so...
Yeah, we wouldn't even have been like, maybe.
But yeah, that is that's all I wanted to ask. Just wanted a little bit of a fun question. And yeah, let's go rate Scraticus, shall we? Perfect.